Conkin Field for tonight's game between the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags and Post 6 Barbers.
Nothing. This should be going. I mean,
reserves. Number 7, Jay Naden for the Dirtbags. Number 16, H. Anador. Number 21, Hagen. Starters. Playing center field, number 20, Blake Aratola. Batting second, designated hitter, number 1, Noah Juarez. Batting third, the third baseman, number 13, Emiliano Alarcon. Batting fourth,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to American Legion Baseball 2019. The Post 6 Hillsboro Barbers getting ready to host the Dallas Dirtbags. Lane, you were at the game last time these two teams met at the championship of the Papa's Pizza Invitational. Dallas won that game 21-11 as the Barbers ran out of pitching, but Barbers pretty much know who the playoff situation coming up starting next week, as they will most likely be hosting not Stewart to Roseburg, but still a chance for revenge tonight against Dallas.
absolutely, Trevor. It's going to be definitely this is going to be a revenge game after the Papa's Tournament Championship. Even though the Barbers did run out of pitching, they want to come back and win this game to get back on a winning streak, to get into the Super Regional and really kind of get Dallas into a mode of, well, can we actually win? Because Dallas has an automatic bye into the state tournament because they won. Because they won Division 3, Area 3. They won Area 3. So they want to be able to come out here, prove that they can play, and get ready for the state tournaments.
Area 3 is the Mid-Valley, Valley area American Legion teams for the state of Oregon, consisting of Withnell Dodgers, Salem, the Dallas Dirtbags,
Garcia,
Mid-Coast of Newport, Corvallis, and the T-Birding Market men. Also, I know up until this year there was a team from Albany as well, but that team has since had to forfeit this year due to a situation that happened last year at the state playoffs against Medford. We'll have the national anthem here in just a moment as the code of conduct is being read for the American Legion of both teams.
I will keep faith with my teammates. I will keep my temper. I will keep myself fit. I will keep a stout heart in defeat. Everyone, please rise, move your hats, face the flag, and play the national anthem.
And we're back after tonight's national anthem. Before we go any further, I want to thank Rob Hibb and the crew at Shimmy Hibb Network Sports SHN for helping reach a more larger audience. This is our inaugural broadcast on SHN Sports, also joining Private Sports Media, Digital North Media of North Dakota, Chris Larson, another broadcasting friend just recovering from surgery. Want to wish him well. Also, other companies joining rapidly. We will be 15 to join since they've also had another addition from Tennessee. Also, in the south, Georgetown, Texas, I believe, the Austin area. Ron Hickman.
Saturday, Hillsborough Barbers, Cassie, 33,
Programs. I'm going to be on board. Barbers will be wearing their red uniforms with black shoes on the lower right corner section of the right leg, red pants, black pants, and white outline, black hats with red box and red for the Dallas Dirtbags. Red uniforms with orange numerals, black pants similar to the Oregon State. Black hats with orange bills, orange lower third and style vest.
the Dirtbags, number 20, center fielder, Blake Areola.
Leading off for Dallas, Blake Areola. First pitch from Charlie Stewart is fouled off at the plate 0-1.
Robert's on up right here. We'll move that up.
Blake Areola, the center fielder, leading off, and that's going to be a pass ball from Charlie Stewart. He leaves the count 1-1 strike. Noah Juarez, the designated hitter, will be on deck. The 1-1 for Stewart, the right-handed hitter pitches inside, down around the ankles, 2 balls, 1 strike. For those of you who may be watching in other parts of the country, Hillsborough Barbers located in the northwest corner of the state, about 20 miles west of Portland, on the northwest suburbs of Portland. We're here at Ron Donkin Field. Single-A short season home of the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Hillsborough Ops, members of the Northwest League, consisting of 8 teams, the North and the South Division. The stadium seats about 4,500 people. 3-2 the count to Areola. Pitch from Juarez. This is outside. The bounce is in front of the opposite side batter's box, and Stewart is the first hitter on a pitch well outside in front of the plate. And now he faces the left-handed hitter, Noah Juarez. Time called. Stewart waiting for Juarez to get set. Juarez steps to the plate and left-handed hitter. Runner first after a leadoff walk on a full count pitch. Runner starts to go. This one's going to be bunted straight up, caught by Bickford, and that will keep Areola, the leadoff hitter, at first.
Now batting the third baseman, number 13, Emiliano Alarcon.
Now batting the third baseman, number 13, Emiliano Alarcon, the player from the 5A state finalists. Can't remember if they won state or not, but I know they played Pendleton in the 5A state championship at Salem Kaiser Stadium. I saw him in a game against Banks, the high school I broadcast for. in a non-league game towards the end of the season that Banks lost 4-0, but Central, the team that Alarcon is a part of, a tremendous defensive team, and one class higher than Banks. The pitch from Stewart, the 1-0. Runner at first will go, and it's going to be lifted to center. Aratola will retreat, and there will be no throw back to first as the pitch is caught by the Barbers center fielder, King Kianis, for 2 outs. Number 5, Derek Maben, the Dirtbags shortstop at the plate. 2 outs. Still a runner at first after the leadoff walk given up by Stewart. Throw back to first. Diving back safely is Aratola. Defensively, quickly for the Barbers, Stewart starting pitcher at the plate, Tyler Bickford at first, Mushkat. Pitch is fouled off the third base side. 0-1. Second baseman Jared Gordon at third, Justin Herzog. Shortstop Kevin Blair. 0-1 the count to Maben. Throw back to first again. Back in time is Aratola. In the outfield for the Barbers, it will be Josh O'Neill in left, Kianis in center field, and in right field, number 6, Alex Garcia, who normally spends most of his time behind the plate. Again, Stewart throws back, not in time. On 1 the count, 2 outs. The 0-1 is off the plate in the dirt. Ball 1 ball and 1 strike as Bickford does a nice job to block it at the plate and will keep Aratola at first. Barbers lane just 1 hit last night in their 4-1 loss in the Area 2 championship game, as that pitch is going to get through the gap for the first base hit by Maben, and that will put runners at first and second with 2 outs. And
that was just a very ugly game last night between the Beaverton and Post 6. Barbers just could not get anything going. It was not a pretty sight.
Caden Redhead, the catcher for Dallas, and no, we are not describing his hair. That is his actual last name. Stewart, another left-handed hitter for the Dirtbags, pitches up and out of the strike zone for ball 1. And again, we are not calling them Dirtbags. That is their actual mascot. That's not those scroungy Dirtbags from Dallas. That's actually the Dallas Dirtbags.
Look it up if you don't believe us.
Misses well inside as he nearly hits Redhead down around the ankles for ball 2-0, and Stewart having some control issues here late in the top of the first with 2 outs. Walked the leadoff hitter Aratola on a full count pitch, and the 2-0 is lifted foul out of play onto the third base concourse up near the Coors Light beer stand up along the third base side. 2-1 the count. 2 outs. Stewart looks at second. The pitch. This is up and a little bit outside. 3 balls and 1 strike, and Stewart in danger of putting the bases loaded here with 2 outs. And pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. Bickford fakes the throw back to second, and Aratola is back in time, who reached second after the first base hit of the game from Derek Maben. It's actually Reedhead, not Redhead. I missed the I between the E and the D, but Derek Maben also, I believe, a Central product. Most of these players from Dallas, all, I think.
I can check on that for you if you give me just a moment.
Sure. McMinnville, I don't think, has a team, so I think Dallas is area of schools to choose from stretches from probably Salem to McMinnville, if you're familiar with the Central Valley area of the Willamette Valley of Oregon. Runners go, and a pitch will hit
Did it
Caden
hit?
Reedhead, and it
Did it hit,
curveball.
or was it a curveball that just came really inside?
It looked like it hit him. I didn't
Did he
hear
point?
contact,
Did he point like full hand, or did he just one finger? Because if it's one finger, it's the ball. If it's full hand, then it's a hit by pitch.
Well, either way, Reedhead is safe at first.
I'm giving him ball
after
four.
Either ball four or a hit by pitch, and the first pitch a curveball to number 25 first baseman Eric Swanson. Misses just outside. The 1-0 from Stewart. Again, just misses outside, and the Barbers, for most of the season, have dominated the league, but Beaverton and Hillsborough in another class with the other 7 or 8 teams in the league. West Lynn, actually Pabco, the third place team right now. West Lynn was in third most of the season. Pabco, the other team that will be advancing to the state playoffs. That pitch misses low and away in the dirt, 3-1, and Stewart in danger of walking home the first run of the game. Is strike 2 called on the outside corner.
The sad thing is with Charlie Stewart and both Charlie Stewart has always done this. Always had a rough start every time he's pitched. It's unfortunately something that just Charlie does.
3-2 misses outside, and in will come Blake Aratola to touch home plate. And Stewart will get a visit from Barbers pitching coach.
Second baseman, number 4, Connor Lang.
1-0 Dallas in the top of the first. No runs, a hit, 2 walks.
This is definitely, unfortunately, this is normal for Charlie Stewart. Very normal.
And the bottom 2/3 of the league, we were able to get away with this because we could score 8 runs an inning pretty easily. And
Yeah.
here, Dallas, historically one of the top teams that, especially out of the Mid-Valley area, I believe Area 3, you can't give up easy runs like this to good quality teams that can score 20 runs as they were able to show last time these two teams played. One to nothing Dallas. At the plate, number 4, Connor Liang, the second baseman, another central product of Monmouth Independence, home of Western Oregon NCAA Division II program, I believe, part of the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. Interesting note about Monmouth, home of Western Oregon, up until probably the last 20 to 30 years was still known as a dry town. If you know what that is, or if you don't, basically means that there's no liquor allowed in to be sold in any of the businesses within the city limits.
Of Monmouth?
Monmouth.
Wow.
1-1 the count. That has recently changed. Also odd because it is a college town. Grounder to third. Stays fair just at the plate on the hop. Taking it is the third baseman Herzog to touch the bag for out number 3. But Dallas picks up a run on a hit, a couple of walks, and leave the bases loaded, I do believe. And after half an inning, it's Dallas 1 and Hillsborough Post 6 Barbers coming up to bat when we come back after this from Sarah Hesselman Realty.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your bank's Braves. Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
And we're back, bottom of the first inning. Barbers trailing 1-0 after Dallas picks up a couple of walks off of Barbers starter Charlie Stewart and gets the first base hit of the game. Stewart actually walked 3, and the third walk was the one that scored the first run of the game after the bases were loaded with 2 outs. As we look quickly at the lineups for both teams, Kevin Blair will lead off for the Barbers. The shortstop, number 16, Kane Kianis in center field. Justin Herzog, the third baseman, will hit third. Patrick Mushkat at first. Cleanup hitter, number 22, Jared Gordon at second base, will hit fifth. Nico Rossell, the designated hitter, batting sixth. Josh O'Neill in left, hitting seventh. Tyler Bickford behind the plate will bat eighth. And rounding out the order, number 6, Alex Garcia, the right fielder for the Barbers. If you're not familiar with Oregon State colors, if you're listening or watching from another part of the country, Dallas Dirtbags also have colors very similar to the Baltimore Orioles. First pitch from Braden Allison, the Dirtbag starter, is low and outside for ball 1. Dimensions here at Ron Tonkin Field, a local auto mall based in Portland. 325 to left, 400 to straightaway center, and also 325 down the right field line. 2-0 the count to Kevin Blair. Has not been updated yet on the scoreboard. 2-0 pitch, a called strike taken at the knees, 2-1. Pitch from Allison. The 2-1 is well outside. A pass ball gets behind Reedhead all the way to the short concrete railing along the edge of the bottom row of box seats. Beautiful stadium, seats about 4,500. The 3-1 is lifted foul out of play off the first base side. Count moves full at 3 balls and 2 strikes as it goes up on the tin roof directly overhead. The 3-2 from Allison is swung on and popped up a little closer, but still up on the roof over us, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Northwest League, home of the Hillsborough Hops, consists of 8 teams. North Division, Everett, longtime affiliate of the Seattle Mariners. Tri-Cities, Dust Devils of Kennewick, Pasco, Richland, Washington. As Kevin Blair, the shortstop, reaches on a walk. Kane Kianis, the center fielder, will come to the plate with still no outs. Tri-City, Vancouver, British Columbia, affiliated with Toronto, and the fourth team, the Spokane Indians, affiliated with Cleveland for a long time. I'm not sure if they still are or not. As that pitch nearly hits Kane Kianis in the head, and I don't think that was on purpose, but just missed badly that time with a fastball. And I want to know the count. Runner at first is Kevin Blair. That is the North Division. Pitch is well outside as Allison a little bit concerned, I think, that time for the safety of Kane Kianis, maybe overcorrects and misses well into the opposite side of the batter's box. 2-0 the count. 2-1 is taken a little bit high, 3-0, and now Allison early missing all over the plate. Southern Division, Salem Kaiser Volcanoes. Not been around the league too long, but have been members of the Northwest League historically on a couple of different occasions, also known as the Salem Senators in a previous life. The 3-1 from Allison is taken for the first, or for strike 2 on the outside corner, 3-2. Salem Kaiser Volcanoes, the Hillsboro Hops. The Boise Hawks affiliated with Colorado, and the Eugene Emeralds affiliated with the Chicago Cubs, as Allison walks his first 2 batters he faces, and he's going to get a visit from the mound, as coming up to the Barbers, number 4, third baseman Justin Herzog. Medford of Southern Oregon, a town of about 125,000 or so, largest city in the Rogue Valley, also had a longtime member in the Northwest League, the Southern Oregon A's, affiliated with Oakland, but they are now part of a college-level summer league team known as the West Coast League. That team, the Medford Rogues. Herzog comes back up after Dirtbags head coach heads to the dugout up along the first base side. All turf field, even the dirt paths here at Ron Tonkin Field. The only dirt in the stadium is in the circle around home plate and the pitcher's mound. Allison, runners at first and second after back-to-back leadoff walks. Looks back at second again. First pitch to Herzog coming, and delivers right down the chute for strike 1. 0-1 the count. And lane as again Allison gets a visit. Barbers have had issues scoring, especially the last couple of weeks, and they've got to find ways to turn that around as the playoffs get ready to start, if they want to have any chance of heading to Northwest Regionals in either Lewiston or Missoula.
Absolutely, Trevor. And Barbers need to find some way, especially in situations like this, runners on first and second, either move the runners over and get them home, or quality clutch base hits. And right now with Herzog being up, this is like the best time to have that happen, as a clutch base hit.
Herzog, speedy base runner based on his size, shows bunt on a first pitch that's up and in, nearly up around his face. 1-1 the count. Allison looks back at second. Kicks and fires outside corner to the left-handed hitter. 1-2.
Herzog's a guy that you do want up at the plate right now. He's got power in that bat. He leads teams in doubles with 11 right now this season.
Right side of the infield, anticipating a bunt, and Herzog fouls this pitch off, pounds it into the ground, into the netting in front of the Dallas dugout. Still, count remains 1-2 strikes. The 1-2 from Allison fires, and it's well outside, as I think he was anticipating maybe a stolen base that time or a steal attempt at least from Kevin Blair, as pitch was thrown to that side of the plate, and Reedhead looked like he wanted to come up firing, but runner was not going on the throw. Count is even 2-2. Now the runner does go. Throw down to third. Loses the handle, and Blair started to go, but it's not going to get past the left fielder, Hunter Bennett, to allow Blair to score. So he goes just to the edge of the green turf between third and home before he starts to head back to third.
And again, Trevor, this is now, like I was saying just before, perfect time to score 2 right here. Base hit by Herzog, get that into right field. This scores 2 and opens up the game for the Barbers. Count
is full, pitches inside, and that works too, as now the bases are loaded. Unfortunately, Ian Lawson is, I do not think, playing tonight.
And that's okay. There were some personnel conflicts with Ian Lawson, so That's the insider report. So it's a good thing that he's not here. This team right here that we have put together. This is a team that's going to end up going to playoffs right here. This team melds together. They work well together. This is a team that we've seen win games, come back from being down. This is the core right here.
Muscat fouls one off the plate after taking the first pitch for a strike. 0-2. So Dakota Bunn is not with the team either?
No, Dakota is with the team. I think he's just not playing right now. Not sure if he's with the team today, but he will be part of the championship team. He might just be having a day off. But Ian Lawson will definitely not be part of the championship run team.
1-2 strikes as Allison misses in the dirt. Only an 11-man roster for tonight's game. 1-2 strikes. Pitch is in the dirt, 2-2, and I can assure you the way American Legion works, all 11 players will see action as catchers. And I believe there's one other player. You'll have to remind me who that is, but I know catchers do not run if they get on base due to having to put on all their equipment and stuff to get ready defensively.
That is absolutely correct. The subs tonight are Clayton Wright and Cooper Hewitt.
3-2 the count. Bottom of the first. Bases loaded. No outs.
So technically a 12-man roster tonight because of the DH.
Braden Allison. The pitch is swung on and foul tip. Just getting a piece of it is Muscat off the end of his bat. The Barbers first baseman again with a full count pitch coming.
And another thing to think about too, no outs, and Allison's already up to 26 pitches.
3-2 is outside, and that's ball 4. Blair has to look back at third to make sure that he can come home, and he will score despite no hits for the Barbers here in the bottom of the first.
Well, Trevor, it's all about fundamentals to baseball. Do the little things right, and you usually win a ball game when you do it right. And this is small ball right here. You take the walk, you get 4 walks, and hey, look, you got a run on the board.
The pitch from Allison is on the outside edge. Nice pitch, 0-1. Barbers scored their only run of the game last night on no hits after getting an error and scoring, I think, on a fielder's choice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Dakota Bunn actually picked up the only hit of the game the following inning. A Banks prospect headed to Umpqua Community College in Roseburg. The junior college system, as it is known in many parts of the country, is called the community college system, based in the Pacific Northwest, both Oregon and Washington, I think Idaho as well, but that is the NWACC, Northwest Athletic, NWAACC, I think, Northwest Athletic Association of Community Colleges, is the junior college athletic conference in the Northwest, and that pitch is lifted foul and caught, surprisingly, by the third baseman. Nice play by Eric Swanson to make the catch over near the railing just beyond the Dirtbags dugout. 1 out. Bases remain loaded for Barbers designated hitter Nico Rosell, hitting left-handed. Score tied at 1. Pitch is a strike at the knees taken on the first pitch, 0-1. Rosell sets. Pitch from Allison. Curveball is grounded to first, maybe 2. Throw to second, back to first is not in time. He missed the bag, and the run will score. It should have been a double play, but Allison, covering first, was not close enough to the bag. Tried to touch it the first time, missed, and when he tried to reach a little further and get it the second time, Rosell beat it out, and a run will score. The second run of the game for the Barbers, giving them a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the first, despite still no base hits, as I think that's probably going to go as a fielder's choice and an error.
Just a fielder's choice. You cannot get an error on a fielder's choice, actually.
Time called as Josh O'Neill, the left fielder, gets the signal straight from head coach Joe Duran at first. Over 300 wins in American Legion play. That just happened a couple of weeks ago here at Ron Tonkin Field.
Big celebration too. Don't forget the big celebration.
Had a nice painted wooden replica of home plate presented to him, signed by all of his players and assistants, as well as us here in the broadcast booth. That is going to be caught for out number 3, but the Barbers pick up 2 runs despite no base hits. Have the first run score on a walk and score on a fielder's choice after 1. It's the Barbers 2 and the Dallas Dirtbags 1. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Basher's Team Athletic Supply of North Portland.
For over 75 years, Basher's Team Athletic Supply has been outfitting Northwest athletes from pro leagues to little leagues. Their North Portland Interstate location has over 3,000 square feet of retail space and over 5,500 square feet of warehouse to provide equipment and apparel for football and baseball, and gear for basketball, track, umpires, and officials as well. Give one of their experienced team reps a call, 503-226-3696, or visit their website, bashers.com. That's BASHORS.com.
And we're back, top of the second inning. Charlie Stewart getting set for his second inning of work, starter tonight for the Post 6 Hillsboro Barbers, who prior to this season had won 9 straight Area 2 titles, but that ended last night after the 4-1 loss to Beaverton in the league championship game. Batting for Dallas, number 18, left fielder Hunter Bennett made the final catch in the bottom of the first to keep Hillsboro at 2 runs despite no hits. The first pitch from Stewart as he kicks and fires, check swing on a pitch high, ball 1. The 1-0 from Charlie Stewart is low, looked right at the knees, but home plate umpire says it misses for ball 2. Most of these Hillsboro Barber players coming from high schools around the Hillsboro and Beaverton area. Hillsboro and Beaverton make up 90% of Washington County, part of the Tri-County metro area for Portland, Multnomah, Washington, and Clackamas counties. The pitch from Stewart, the 3-0, misses again on ball 4, and
Stewart, here we go again. I hate to say this, Trevor, but Charlie Stewart always seems to get himself in trouble and then seems to be able to work out of it pretty well, but he always starts out in trouble. Is what I've noticed.
And I don't know, the Barbers were able to score 11 against Dallas last time these two teams played, but still lost by 10 runs. Hillsboro, Beaverton, Century, Central Catholic and Jesuit, the 2 largest Catholic high schools in the state of Oregon, make up the Holy War, a long-time rivalry between those 2 schools. Beaverton has their own team. That's right, they play their home games at Sunset High School, just a few miles east of Highway 26. Starts in Nebraska and ends at Cannon Beach, just south of probably one of the largest resort towns on the Oregon coast, Seaside. Did not know where Highway 26 started up until just a couple of weeks ago. Looked it up on Wikipedia. Actually starts in Nebraska, probably bypasses or overlaps federal interstate system in certain parts of the country.
No, I'm sure it does.
1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Andrew Zellner, the right fielder. Not only are you getting a great baseball broadcast, but you're also getting a geography lesson if you're watching from other parts of the country on SHN Sports. The throwback to first is not in time as Mushkat makes the catch from Stewart.
Well, you know what they say, kill two birds with one stone, Trevor.
That's right. A lot of times I have problems finding things to talk about to avoid any evil dead air, as it's known in the business, and with good opportunity for viewers here in other parts of the country starting tonight. Gives me a chance to find other things to talk about for fans maybe watching in other parts of the country, as making the catch in foul territory is Mushkat for out number 2 on a foul ball. Hit by Braden, Braden Allison. No, it's not Braden Allison, it's Andrew Zellner, as Dallas does have a designated hitter. Now, restart the top of the order for the Dirtbags. Blake Aratola, the center fielder. Only 1 out. I misspoke and said 2 outs a moment ago.
Yeah, and we got somebody warming up in the bullpen for the Barbers already. Is it Nico? Let me check. I can clear the binoculars here. Make sure they're zoomed correctly.
Stewart. First pitch to Aratola. This is well outside, as that would have went as a wild pitch, and Bickford able to reach out and make the grab. Otherwise,
and
runner
yes,
would advance to second.
And it is Nico Roselle warming up in the Barbers bullpen right now, so don't be surprised to see him come out here shortly.
So maybe a quick outing for Charlie Stewart, as that pitch misses down around the ankles of Blake Aratola. 2-0.
Would not surprise me, Trevor, to see a quick outing from Stewart. Would not surprise me at all.
2-0 pitch, throw back to first. Diving back is Hunter Bennett, the Dirtbags left fielder. Stewart, the 2-0. Time called, or we're going to have a balk. Yep, we're going to have a balk.
Wow.
Bennett will be moved over to second. Banks High School, a small community of about 2,000 people, the school that I've been broadcasting for the past 4 years, won their third state championship this year. Football, boys basketball, and baseball. In the baseball championship, they won 3-1, and one of those runs scored on a balk early in the game in the first 3 innings. Dakota Bunn, we mentioned him earlier, as having the only base hit last night. He was a member of both the boys basketball and baseball state championship teams this season. Prior to this year, in winning 3 state championships, Banks High School had never won a boys team title in the 98-year history of the school.
It's simply amazing what can happen in sports. It's just it blows me away, to be honest with you, Trevor, just to see how things can change so rapidly.
3-1 the count to the hitter Blake Aratola, and he's going to get aboard on a 5-pitch walk, and I think they're just going to let Stewart work or stay in until Rosell has warmed up long enough to take over. Juarez, designated hitter lefty, will bat with runners at first and second and 1 out. Pitch from Stewart hits him in the back, and Stewart really cannot afford to stay in any longer.
No, not at this point, unfortunately. Stewart's lost complete control. And here comes Casey Rotweiser.
That's the second or third hitter he's hit tonight, and there's only 1 out in the top of the second inning. And Dallas, a team that can put up a lot of runs in a hurry, they've only got 1 hit, but they haven't needed very many hits here. They've only got the 1 run, but hasn't been too hard for them to pick up base runners, the way Charlie Stewart's been having control issues here early.
Mm-hmm. Definitely going to be interesting to see what Casey Weiser is going to be talking to Stewart about here, especially with bases loaded and 1 out. I mean, if Stewart can get the ground ball double play, get out of the inning, that's going to be ideal at this point. But right now, Stewart's just got to focus on throwing strikes, and if he can't do that, then he needs to get out of this ball game. And I hate to say it that way, but Stewart has always had issues when he's been the starter. So I don't know if it's control, if he gets nervous. I'm not sure what it is, but every time I've seen him pitch, he has run into trouble.
So Stewart will stay in the game with one out in the top of the second. Pitch just outside. Pitch looked there, but Emiliano Alarcon, the third baseman, takes it for ball one. Bases loaded for Dallas, one out, and he hits him again.
Oh, my goodness.
And Stewart is going to allow the tying run to score on a hit batsman, the second consecutive, and Charlie Stewart is just...
And here comes Casey Weiser one more time, and you know what that means.
Third visit to the mound, so that will mean that Nico Rosell will come in. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this with the Lori Godfrey Group pitching change.
Godfrey Real Estate Group is part of the Keller Williams national chain of realty offices. Call Lori Godfrey at 503-989-3115 for all your real estate needs. Lori Godfrey and the Godfrey Real Estate Group. Visit their website at thegodfreyrealestategroup.com. Licensed in both Oregon and Washington, Godfrey Real Estate Group located in the Hamburg Land Business Complex in Beaverton.
And we're back. New pitcher for the Barbers will now be hitting for himself instead of playing designated hitter. Number 28, Nico Rosell. Barbers starter Charlie Stewart hit a handful of batters in just an inning and a third, gave up 2 runs, only 1 hit, but doesn't matter how many hits you give up, you can give up 0 hits. If you walk everybody and allow 5 or 6 runs to score, you're still going to lose the game. So it doesn't matter how you get runs if you're allowing.
So, Charlie, 2 earned runs, 5 walks, Trevor, 5 walks, 2 hit batsmen, 45 pitches. Again, as you say, 1 hit, 2 runs, both of them earned, and he's responsible for all 3 batters or all 3 runners that are on base right now. So they scored as well. Then he'll have 5 earned runs on his name right now. So, the Barbers really need to have Nico come in, shut this inning down, get out of this. Which Nico is known as a ground ball pitcher. He can get the ground ball outs. He can get the double play. And the Barbers need to be ready for any sort of double play, whether it's 3-4-3, 4-6-3, 5-4-3, whatever it is. They need to be ready for that ground ball and at least get the out at home, at least.
Well, 4 runs total scored already between these 2 teams, despite just 1 hit from the Dirtbags in the first inning. Top of the second, 1 out. Bases still loaded, tied at 2. The pitch from Rosell is outside and in the dirt. Bigford able to block it. Otherwise, we would have probably had a go-ahead run score for Dallas. Could see a lot of runs here tonight. Both these teams.
Oh!
Grounder to the left side at short. Nice
Base
diving
hit.
effort, but it's going to go as a base hit, and the run scores. Dallas now with a 3-2 lead as the Barbers shortstop Kevin Blair makes an incredible diving effort to his right, but unable to come up with the ball as it hops out of his glove on the dive attempt, and it's now 3-2 Dallas on just their second hit of the game, and for some reason now the Barbers have a hit. I don't understand how it's possible to get a hit when you didn't have one coming into the inning.
It's called the scoreboard operator doesn't know what button to push. That's how it happens.
I don't think we officially had a hit though in the first inning when we scored the 2 runs.
I don't think so.
1 run scored on a walk, and another run scored on a
We
fielder's
don't.
choice.
We trust me. We don't have a hit.
At the plate for Dallas, number 12, Caden Reedhead, not Redhead as I tried to call him to start the game. 1 the count, 1 out, 1's across the top of the board. Reedhead will bloop one over the head of Mushkat. Nice job to range back, kind of had to take a funny angle on the ball and makes the catch for out number 2. Bases will stay full as that one is hit to the edge of the right side of the infield for out number 2. Two outs, the pitch from Rossell. Curveball is a beauty at the knees for strike 1. Barbers hitter, or Dallas hitter number 25. Eric Swanson, the first baseman. Pitch gets away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners will stay put though as it goes halfway up the third baseline. Many American Legion teams have team names as for their top sponsors. Barbers, Hillsboro Barbers, a high-class men's hair salon in the Northwest, mainly in the Portland area. 2-1 the count. Rossell freezes before he kicks and fires on a pitch outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. And another miss here, and Dallas has their 3rd run of the 2nd inning, would go up 2 runs.
Not sure what's going on with the Barbers today, Trevor, but something's going on.
The 3-1 from Rossell is right there, taken for strike 2, and now the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Earlier in the season, the Barbers had no problem scoring 7 or 8 runs an inning and scoring 10 or 15 runs as runners start to go, and it's ball 4 anyway, and that's going to score the 3rd run of the 2nd inning, and now it's 4-2 Dallas as Connor Liang, the 2nd baseman, left-handed hitter, comes to the plate with 2 outs.
Unbelievable, Trevor. Just does not make any sense how, I don't know if it's an issue with the zone with the umpire or what's going on, but yeah, Barber's pitching just cannot hit right. It cannot hit the zone.
Pitch that time is outside for ball 1. 4-2 Dallas, top of the 2nd. 3 runs here in the top of the 2nd inning. The pitch from Rossell fires high for ball 2. 4 runs, 2 hits for the Dallas Dirtbags. 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st on actually no hits, despite what the scoreboard says. And that is going to be lined to first to Mushkat to end the inning. Line drive that could have got through and scored 2, but Mushkat was right there, right place, right time to end the top of the 2nd. But Dallas gets 3 runs on just 1 hit, and after 1.5, it's now the Dallas Dirtbags 4 and the Hillsboro Post 6 Barbers 2. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Jim's Thriftway.
Jim's Thriftway is a historic member of the Banks community. They've been a longtime supporter of Banks Youth Athletics and are proud to sponsor BHS broadcasts. Check out their deli with delicious hot food like fried chicken, corn dogs, and chicken wings. Get a custom-made cake at their in-store bakery. They also have a wide variety of farm-fresh fruits and vegetables in their produce department. In the spring and summer, stop by and get delicious barbecue on Fridays and Saturdays. Jim's Thriftway at the corner of Highways 6 and 47 and online at jimsthriftway.com. Proud to be locally owned and operated.
And we're back, bottom of the 2nd inning. Dallas a 4-2 lead. It has not as much as last night was a pitcher's duel. It's been kind of the opposite here early. Not a lot of hits, but a lot of runs as both pitchers having control issues, allowing the other side to score. Charlie Stewart, the starter for the Barbers, lasted only an inning and a third. Hit a couple of batters and gave up 5 walks in just 4 outs. And Brayton Allison, the starter for Dallas, has given up 2 runs despite the Barbers only managing 1 hit through the 1st inning.
Yeah, it's definitely something that Barbers really need to work on here because Definitely something's not right, and Barbers need to get some hits.
Three runners left on base for Dallas, two for the Barbers. Tyler Bickford, the Barbers catcher, will come to the plate. The pitch is a called strike, 0-1. Allison fires and misses outside for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch is driven to right, and it's going to be caught, reaching over the railing along the first base side on the edge of the Dirtbags dugout for out number 1
Garcia.
by Eric Swanson. They'll bring up bottom of the order right fielder Alex Garcia. Pitch is taken on the inside corner for strike 1. The 0-1 from Braden Allison. Garcia shows bunt, and it's down the third base line, barehanded. Throw to first, it's not in time.
That is a beauty
Alex
bunt.
Garcia will reach base on just the second hit of the game for the Barbers, and Hillsborough has a runner aboard with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Number 1.
That is a bunt you will see a lot from Alex Garcia. Garcia's got the wheels to make that happen, and being in the 9-hole like that, you have to be able to bunt, get on base for that leadoff hitter, for Blair right now, that leadoff hitter, to start making things happen.
Bottom of the 2nd, 1 out runner at first, back-to-back bunts as the speedy Blair throws. The throw to first is in time, but that will move Garcia into scoring position at second with 2 outs. And now a base hit from Giannis to pull the Barbers back with that run.
And that's what you call a sack bunt there. That's how you play some baseball.
Allison looks at second. Fires to the plate, and this is outside and low for ball 1. And another visit to the mound by his catcher, Reedhead. Dallas 1 in the first, 3 in the second. The Barbers 2 in the bottom of the first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Giannis. Allison takes his time, sets and fires, misses low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 from Allison doesn't kick very high up off the rubber, and that pitch is going to be lifted straight back right above us, 2-1.
And that just wanted to make a lot of noise, Trevor. Just a lot of noise.
Allison getting his signals straight. Looks at second. Fires curveball, strike 2 call. That means pitch was right there, and Giannis not able to pull the trigger.
Nope.
A little bit of late movement as across the plate, but
You can't be.
sure why he didn't swing on that pitch.
You can't be frozen on that pitch, Trevor. You're frozen. You should not be playing baseball. I hate to say it, but.
2-2 from Allison. Strike.
Oh! Ouch!
With a runner in scoring position.
Yep.
Head to the top of the 3rd inning. It's still Dallas 4 and the Barbers 2.
No errors.
We'll be back in just a moment after this on Sports Outreach Northwest.
Sports Outreach Northwest is a faith-based organization that uses sports to teach young people about the gospel of Jesus Christ. Their free one-day clinics in football, soccer, and basketball, and for a small fee, their 4-day elite camps in wrestling and basketball and their raft trip help use sports to spread the gospel. For more information about Sports Outreach Northwest, contact Eric at sportsoutreachnw.org or call 503-577-1427.
And we're back, top of the third inning. Dallas a 4-2 lead over the Hillsboro Post 6 Barbers. Dallas 4 runs on 2 hits, 3 runners left on base. Post 6 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 runners left on base as well for Hillsboro. Both these teams advancing to the state playoffs. Dallas is an automatic qualifier to the final site in Klamath Falls in South Central Oregon by virtue of winning the division. Barbers were leading their division their area much of the season, but were overtaken by Beaverton on the final game of league play last night. The pitch from Roselle, first pitch to Dirtbags hitter number 18 left fielder Hunter Bennett, is through the wickets of Tyler Bickford for ball 1.
And I hate to say it, but Bickford actually leads the team in pass balls. So
Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1 ball and 1 strike. And I know that's probably been their biggest defensive issue when the opponent has runners on base, is pass balls that have allowed runners to score.
Oh!
And another hit batter by Barbers pitching as Hunter Bennett gets hit on the lower leg and just above his ankle. And Barbers with 25 wins this season, but right now over the last 2 weeks, I hate to say it, have not looked like a very well-oiled machine.
They look like a 1964 Mustang that hasn't been started in 20 years. That's how I would put it, to be honest with you.
And Andrew Zellner, the right fielder, showing bunt. First pitch is outside for ball 1.
This team just... it feels like every player has 2 right hands for some reason. And they just can't... They're just not winning.
It only happens at the most inopportune times.
Of
like
course.
Last night.
Yeah, of course.
Grounder to second, flips it to Muscat for out number 1, but Hunter Bennett will move over to second on the play. 1 out, and Dallas gets another runner over into scoring position. Number 20, Blake Aratola at the plate as Zellner grounds out to second. Last night it was Joe Angeli allowing a runner to score on what should have been an easy out on a rundown and overthrew the second baseman and allowed a run from third to score on a 4-1 game. The pitch from Rosell is outside, ball 1. And Lane, in a 10-8 or 15-10 type game, you can afford those types of errors when you can trust your offense. But against better teams that have stronger pitching, you can't have those types of errors.
No, absolutely not. And if you can't put runs on the board, which the Barbers have been having a lot of trouble trying to even put runs on the board lately, every error is going to cost you big time.
Ooh, and we may have a hurt player, number 20 at the plate. Blake Aratola fouled the pitch directly off the plate right into his neck, and they're going to check him out as he took a shot off the plate. 1-1 the count with 1 out here in the top of the third.
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay, though. Yeah, it looks like he took it off the...
Adam's apple.
Yeah, right off the Adam's apple. Kind of a little bit off the little left. It looks like he's going to be okay, though. He's going to kind of... Nope, he's not, actually. We're going to go ahead and... he's going to take the bat out of his hand here.
We certainly hope he's okay. At the very least, I'm sure he'll wind up with a nice... perfectly round bruise in the shape of a baseball tomorrow morning.
Oh, no, it's not a bruise. It's called a battle scar. It's called a battle wound, Trevor. That's how you got to call it. And that's what he's going to tell all his friends is he got it in battle of playing baseball. That's how you do it.
If there's any swelling with that type of injury, it could turn into a lot more serious
Oh,
than just a bruise.
And with Blake Ariota playing center field and leading, leadoff man on this team, that could potentially hurt the Dirtbags coming into the postseason here. It looks like we do have a pinch hitter. We do have a pinch hitter coming in here. It's going to be. Give me a second here, and I will get you the name.
For the Dirtbags, number 7, Jay Maven.
Number 7 is Jeremy Maben, I believe is who it is. Let me double check. Number 7 is Jacob Maben. I apologize.
Jacob Maben, the hitter, will take over from Blake Aratola, leaving the game a moment ago after taking a foul pitch, excuse me, as I almost said a word I do not want to. Which is taken for ball 1, evens the count 1. And
try 2-1, my friend.
okay, late change to the scoreboard, 2-1 the count.
It was 1-1.
It was 1-1 when Aratola fouled it.
Yep,
So,
and that could be trouble out in left field.
Maben lifts one to left. Oh, and he drops
Okay, that is going to be, unfortunately, that's going to be an error.
Going to go off the heel of the left fielder, center fielder actually coming over to make an attempt on the play will be Kane Kianis.
And that's going to be an error on the left fielder, Josh O'Neill, unfortunately.
It was Kianis moving over to left to make the catch, I think.
No, as he said, E7.
Okay.
Not bad. Number 1.
So, my bad.
Going for us.
Left fielder Josh O'Neill will get credit for the error. 1 out, 2-1.
That's a base hit.
Now firing on all cylinders, bases loaded, 1 out, as they pick up their 3rd hit of the game on a single back up the middle. Now hitting for Dallas, number 13, Emiliano Alarcon, as Juarez is at first.
Not bad. Third baseman, number 13, Emiliano Alarcon.
And it looks like Roselle has put himself in a bit of a peanut butter and jelly jam here, Trevor.
They still have not fixed the scoreboard from when it was 2-1 2 hitters ago.
They don't know how to clear it.
First pitch is outside for ball 1. Now they clear it.
They just don't know how to push buttons over there. That's all it is. That's all it is, Trevor.
Alarcon, the Dirtbags third baseman, the pitch from Rosell is lifted to center.
That could score a run.
Kianis makes the catch, throw to the plate. Nice job to hold the runner's put with 2 outs, and the Barbers are going to be lucky if they get out of this without allowing another run.
You know what? And it is possible that this could happen too. I mean, it is possible. Again, Nico is known for being a ground ball flyout hitter or pitcher, so he could. It would be a miracle if this happens. It would be a miracle.
Number 5, Derek Maben at the plate with 2 outs. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Pitch from Rosell is lifted down the right field line. Just foul by the home plate umpire.
Yep. And that's a hard.
From that distance, I think it could have gone either way.
It could have gone either way, Trevor. But the thing is it hit just enough dirt on the inside of the line to call it foul. If it even hits any part of the line, it's fair. And that's from an umpire standpoint right here, Trevor.
1-1 the count. The pitch from Rosell is swung on, grounded back up the middle for another base hit that will score 2. And now it's 6-2 Dallas in the top of the 2nd.
Is that gonna go? So that's gonna go as a hit, and they're gonna do it.
They're trying to add it to the Barbers.
No, they don't know what they're doing on the board. I might have to go help them out.
They gave a hit. Okay, now they gave the runs to Dallas, but they gave the hit to Hillsboro.
They don't know what they're doing with the board.
Well, the catcher, Caden Reedhead.
Caden Reedhead, the catcher at the plate, 2 outs, top of the 3rd, 2 runs in on a Base hit from shortstop Derek Maben to back up the middle. First pitch swings and lines it foul straight back off the end of the bat. 0-1. 6-2 Dallas Dirtbags. Non-league Oregon American Legion baseball matchup.
They got it fixed.
The 0-1 count from Rosell. Curveball. Nice pitch, just missed outside.
Oh, I
could see the break on that from up here. Looked like it broke perfectly around the backside of the plate.
It did. I don't know if that home plate umpire just doesn't like the breaking ball tonight. I don't know, Trevor. I mean,
1-1 to Reedhead from Rosell. Fires and takes it up and out of the strike zone for ball 2.
I mean, I know as an umpire myself, though, you get a pitcher on a roll with strikes, you give them you can give them a little bit, but when they just keep pitching balls, you want them to hit that zone. And
2-1 the count. Pitch is fouled straight back. 2-2.
If they don't hit a particular spot in the zone that you want, especially on a curveball like that, the umpire is not gonna give it to you. So you have to be, if you're Nico right now, you have to be pretty much picture perfect on that curveball to get it called strike 3, or to get it called a strike.
2-2, 2 outs. Pitch just inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. Already 2 runs in for Dallas in the top of the third. A 6-4 lead in tonight's 9-inning or a 6-2 lead. I looked at the top of the box score for Dallas. 6 runs on 4 hits.
Oh, Trevor.
Hillsboro, a town of about 150,000 people. High-tech heart of Oregon. Home to Intel and Nike. Runners go on the pitch, and that's going to be caught by a driving effort. It nearly got through for a bloop single that would have scored at least 1. And the second baseman for the Barbers, Jarrett Gordon, makes an incredible diving, flopping catch in front of him for out number 3. But the Barbers do pick up their first error, which does allow a run to score. And after 2.5, it's now the Dallas Dirtbags 6 and the Hillsboro Post 6 Barbers 2. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Susie Jurgensen, Welcome Home Realty.
Susie Jurgensen Welcome Home Realty offers services in residential home sales and specializes in rural property. Susie has experience working with first-time buyers to investors. For more information, visit susiejurgensen@gmail.com or email, or contact her Facebook page, or visit her website, susiejurgensen.com, or call 503-679-9406. That's 503-679-9406. Susie Jurgensen, Welcome Home Realty.
And we're back, bottom of the third inning. Braden Allison will continue for Dallas as he gets ready. Justin Herzog, third baseman for the Barbers, to lead off the bottom of the third inning. 2 runs despite just 2 hits for the Post 6 Hillsboro Barbers. Actually, Hillsboro was not home to Nike and Intel. I misspoke. It is, well, there are parts of Intel in Hillsboro. Intel makes up 3 different campuses across Hillsboro and Beaverton. But Nike is actually based in Beaverton, not Hillsboro. Hillsboro and Beaverton separated by just a couple of miles.
And don't forget about that little community of Aloha that's sandwiches right in between there, too.
Hillsboro, Beaverton, and Aloha all right along what is known as Oregon Highway 8, or more commonly known as TV or Tualatin Valley Highway. Justin Herzog, left-handed hitter, leading off the bottom of the third.
Beautiful area out here, Trevor. Just an absolutely beautiful evening for baseball here.
The first pitch is swung on for a line drive.
Oh,
into the base hit of the
nice.
second baseman, Connor Lang. And the Barbers have a leadoff single to right center to start the bottom of the third, their third hit of the game. One of the things we have in common, yet not in common with Texas, we do get can get a lot of thunderstorms in the summer, like Texas and the South, but luckily, though, we do not have to deal with the tornadoes up here. It's pretty much earthquakes, and maybe a little bit of snow in the wintertime.
No, don't mention that word, Trevor. You start mentioning that word around here in October, November, the grocery stores are going to sell out of everything they have. Don't even go there.
And the media outlets up here go crazy. The first snowflake, whether it's sticking or freezing or anything, it's breaking news. So,
and it's hours of breaking news, not just not just a little bit. No, it's hours of breaking news of one snowflake.
Bend does get a lot of snow in the wintertime. Oregon's ski and winter resort capital. That pitch is fouled off by Mushkat, 0-2. Allison looks over his shoulder at first. Tucks under to look at first a little closer. Fires to the plate and misses low for ball 1.
Yeah, another thing we have to deal with here in the valley in the summertime are wildland fires too.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest natural threat in the summertime is wildfires. As Mushkat comes up with another base hit. Back-to-back singles for the Barbers, and they get another runner aboard, and the base is loaded. They'll have a chance for Charlie Stewart to.
No, that's Jared Gordon.
Tying run. Well, Jared Gordon's at the plate, but if he reaches, that would bring the tying run to the plate.
Oh, that's true.
Which is Charlie Stewart, but still nobody out. Braden Allison continues on the mound for.
Wonder why Stewart. No, because he already was in, so he can re-enter since he was the starting pitcher. Very confusing sometimes.
Braden Allison continues on the mound for Dallas, and pitch inside is bunted. Hits fair, but will take a hop into foul territory just on the edge of where that second line is that goes about halfway up first to first. And Lane, maybe you can explain the reason for that line.
Oh, I would love to. That is that between the two lines is where the runner is supposed to be. Actually,
okay,
when
so
they're running.
There's a missed tag or something, they can stay in those lines and still be safe.
Exactly.
Okay.
If you go out of those lines, then that is considered out of the base path. Actually, so you have to stay in foul territory as you are running to first, correct.
At the plate, number 22, Jared Gordon, the second baseman, again showing bunt on a 1-1 pitch, which is taken outside for ball 2. Charging in on the play was Eric Swanson, but pitch missed outside. 2-1 the count, runners at first and second.
Actually, no, Charlie Stewart is actually going to be... I put down his number wrong. Oops.
2-1 the count. And it's going to be a pass ball. Runners will advance to second and third. And now
Wild pitch.
with
wild pitch.
First base open will go apparently as a wild pitch, not a pass ball.
That makes sense. Because it did... The way you can determine it is if the catcher touches the ball and then gets away, that's the pass ball. But if it bounces and the catcher has no shot at it, then it's a wild pitch.
That makes sense. The pitch from Stewart.
Wait, Stewart?
Allison.
From Allison to Gordon.
To Gordon from Allison. Is strike 2 called. Barbers need to get out of this with at least a run, as this will probably score a run. Lifted to center, and they're going to... Herzog's going to stay put. Started to go initially, but...
It was too far. Maben was too far in to even give it a shot, unfortunately.
And that pass ball may loom huge for the Barbers as it takes away any chance of a double play, because prior to that, the runners were at first and second. Now with one out, a ground ball would get Dallas out of this jam. But
what are you talking about? It's only one out.
but a double play if the runners were at first and second prior to the pass ball would have got Dallas out of the inning.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right there.
Pitch is through the legs of Reedhead, and that will allow Herzog to score on a pass ball.
There you go. There you go.
Barbers are back within 3, 6-3 in the bottom of the third. Charlie Stewart re-entering the game to hit here in the bottom of the third. Starting pitcher, but only lasted an inning and a third, hitting 2 batters and walking 5 in 4 outs. Allison taking his time to get the right pitch. Runner at third now as first and second are open, time called. Stewart steps back in, hugs the plate in the very front of the left side of the batter's box. Pitch is taken outside in the dirt, and it gets away from Reedhead again, but will not get past him, so Mushkat will stay put.
There's quite a lot of open area behind home plate and in foul territory here, Trevor. I know we've seen quite a lot of it in other areas, like with now you can almost fit a Little League field in the foul territory.
Washington County, about 250,000 people, consisting of probably a third of, maybe a little less than that, of Portland's metro population, which stretches basically from Salem, the state capital of Oregon, to Vancouver, Washington, just north of the Columbia River.
Mm-hmm.
Stewart?
A lot of us native folks like myself, we like to call it Nantucky.
Stewart steps to the plate with a 2-0 count. The pitch from Allison is trapped by Reedhead in the dirt, 3-0.
And nobody's warming up over there in the Dirtbags bullpen quite yet. Allison, this is going to be pitch number 60 for Allison. We're only here in the bottom of the third. And, we still have another 6 innings to go here, Trevor.
If Stewart walks, which he won't on this pitch, as it's a called strike at the knees, if Stewart walks, that would bring Josh O'Neill as the tying run at the plate.
And Josh has already hit a home run here it was O'Neill. O'Neill hit a home run to left field already in this stadium.
Grounder is off the glove of the third baseman. The throw to first is in time, though, but the run will score from third.
He saved it.
Mushkat scores on a crazy play by the third baseman for Dallas. Number 13, Emiliano Alarcon, a hot shot to the left side, had it bounce off his glove, would stay with the play though to get the out at first, but Mushkat scores on the play for the second out, but the Barbers are back within 2 after their second inning scoring 2.
So as I was saying before, Josh O'Neill, I can't remember which game it was, but O'Neill actually had a 2-run shot to left field. And if you notice the wind right now, it's blowing out to left. This is the perfect time. I would not be surprised to see another home run from O'Neill right now.
Shot to left would pull the Barbers within a run. Both these teams can put a lot of runs on the board in a hurry, and
look at Trevor, as I show you the spray chart here for O'Neill, he can hit it anywhere. He doesn't have just a particular spot.
The 1-0 is taken high and outside for ball 2. Saying my mic's on.
What? Yeah, it is.
Turn the decimals up in settings. And been told that my mic has not been working, so we'll trying to get that adjusted. 2-1 the count, bottom of the third inning, swing and a miss on a right to left curveball. 2-2 the count, 2 outs, 2 runs in, 6-4 Dallas. Braden Allison steps off left side of the rubber as you're looking from the pitcher's mound. Pitch gets away from Reedhead, but bases are empty after 2 runs have scored this inning. 6-4 Dallas Dirtbags. Allison again sets up on the left side of the rubber. Pitch is line foul off the first base side out of play. 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the third inning, 6-4 Dallas. Pitch is taken for ball 4. Allison thought it was strike 3, started to come off the field. And again, the Barbers have the tying run at the plate. Tyler Bickford taking off his not completely taking it off. He leaves his left shin strap on. Or maybe a brace.
I think that's a brace. Hey, look. That's a light card. That's a whole light card right there.
2 outs, runner at first after the walk to O'Neill. Allison looks at first. First pitch is taken for strike, 0-1. Allison. The 0-1 pitch is in the dirt, and that's going to allow O'Neill to reach second easily. And both these teams are having issues still here early. 10 runs combined, just 7 hits and 1 error. We've had runs score all manners of ways.
Well, I'm just as wild pitch. My first thought was, why don't we just start playing wild pitch?
The 1-1 is right there at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Barbers catcher. One ball and 2 strikes. If you're not familiar with American Legion Baseball, each region has regional playoffs. Hard grounder back to the pitcher, and he's not going to have a play, and the runners are safe at first and third. That will go as a base hit. Line drive back up the middle off of Allison, and had it pop out of his glove, and we're going to get a pitch runner, Connor Hewitt, for Tyler Bickford at first. Garcia, bottom of the order at the plate, the right fielder for the Barbers. Connor Hewitt, the designated runner, or Cooper, introduced by the PA as Connor. Allison looks over his shoulder at first. The pitch is check swing, called a strike anyway, 0-1. Two outs, bottom of the third, 6-4 Dallas. Ron Tonkin Field, home of the single-A short season affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Hillsboro Hops. A hop is a kind of a barley or kind of a bushy-looking type vegetable that is used in the beer growing process. Really surprised, though, that they actually kept the name hops. Texters or maybe Jets would have been a more appropriate name, I think, because the high-tech nature of Hillsboro, Woodburn and North Marion County, more the hop-growing area of Oregon.
I'm going to tell you, that's more wine country.
Right.
Actually.
Well,
Not necessarily the brewing, but more of the wine. While a lot of the hops used for beer, like Whitney Brothers, that stuff is in the kind of Portland area. So you'll see that a lot more than this area.
Portland known for their Micro bruise and a base hit ripped down the left field line. That's going to score another run, and the Barbers are back within a run as O'Neill scores on a 2-out double from Alex Garcia to pull the Barbers within 6-5. Will not get into politics, but Portland known for some other things as well, especially downtown Portland. But we can mention that they're known as the Rose City, the home of the Portland Trail Blazers, long time known as the Rose Garden. As the pitch gets away from Reedhead, and another run is going to score, and we're tied on a pass ball. Connor Hewitt, the speedster, Cooper Hewitt. Again, excuse me, I got Connor stuck in the head as he has been introduced, or he was introduced as he trotted out to take over as designated runner at first. And after being down 6-2, entering the bottom of the third, the Barbers have answered with 4, and we're tied at 6. Entertaining game despite not a lot of offense from either team. It's been a strange evening for scoring opportunities, and we're tied at 6 with 2 outs in the bottom of the third.
Well, Trevor, do you want me to start looking at breakfast delivery options? Because at this rate, we're going to be here all night.
And that is taken for a strike, 2-1 the count. Want to thank Wade Evenson, sports editor of the Forest Grove News-Times, for doing a great piece on what I've been doing at Banks High School over the last 4 or 5 years or so, as that pitch is fouled into the Barbers dugout right in front of the net. Netting here at Ron Tonkin Field stretches from dugout to dugout. That has been added since the Hops have been here at Ron Tonkin Field the past 6 or 7 years, as Major League Baseball also made changes to their safety in Major League stadiums, as Blair, the top of the order, lifts one to center to end the inning, but the Barbers get 4 and tie the game at 6 in the bottom of the third. We hit the top of the 4th inning. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Hewitt Construction.
Go to the top of the 4th. We're all even at 6.
Hewitt Construction is a proud sponsor of Barbers Baseball. Hewitt Construction believes that teamwork, hard work, and communication are the most important tasks in making any project successful. Located in Hillsboro, Hewitt Construction has been in business for almost 15 years and has 30 years of knowledge and experience in both the residential and commercial arenas. We specialize in all aspects of excavation, underground utilities, grading for your site development, and much more. Give us a call today at 971-246-0501 and see how we can make your project a reality.
And we're back top of the 4th inning. Dallas Dirtbags had a 6-2 lead entering the bottom of the 3rd inning, but the Barbers able to pick up a couple of base hits and combine that with some walks, are able to pick up 4 runs and tie it here as we hit the top of the 4th.
And we've got a couple changes here, it looks like. Charlie Stewart.
Leading up from Dirtbags to the top of the 4th, number 25, the first baseman, Eric Swanson.
Charlie Stewart takes over in center field. Cooper Hewitt takes over in left field. And that pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 1.
Eric Swanson, the first baseman, the hitter for Dallas, located halfway between McMinnville and Salem. McMinnville, home of Linfield University, Division III strong, probably one of the top 5 Division III football programs of all time.
Oh, Kevin moves to second.
And strike 2 called. His grandson, Adley Rutschman, you may have heard of him. Didn't do much, just only National College Baseball Player of the Year and a number 1 draft pick by the Baltimore Orioles. The pitch from Rosell is lifted to center, and going back on it is Kianis to make the catch for out number 1. Adley Rutschman, longtime head football coach and athletic director at Lynn Field, one of the winningest Division III football programs.
Where did that go?
Number 4, Connor.
Had something like 50 plus years of consecutive winning seasons in Division III football. At the plate, Connor Liang with a 1 out for Dallas. First pitch is swung on and fouled off out of play over towards the football side. Beautiful athletic facility surrounded by summer kind of pickup league baseball and softball facilities. One of them is used by Portland State softball. Pitch is a strike called at the knees, 0-2. The opposite side is a beautiful brick facility known as Hillsborough Stadium, which is where they hold Portland State, where Portland State football plays their home games, and Oregon Scholastic Activities Association, the governing body for high school sports in Oregon, uses that for all class of high school football finals in Oregon except for 6A, which is held at Civic Stadium in downtown Portland. Or Civic Stadium hasn't been called that for years. It's PGE Park, home of the Portland Timbers.
No, it's not PG Park. It's Geraldine Field.
It's PG.
It should be PG Park. I agree with you because I mean it should be because that's what it's all been
maybe
like.
Maybe we can have Lane Jensen, our crack researcher, get some more information on that and get confirmation. But it's the and actually they don't hold 6A finals there anymore either. I don't think, because it's no longer being used for football at any level.
No, it's not.
So it's all classes are held at Hillsborough Stadium.
It is
1A through 6A. As Dallas hitter is struck out for out number 2. That will be Connor Lang, who strikes out for the second out for Dallas. 6 classifications of football in Oregon. They do have an 8-man football league, strangely enough, for many of those in Texas are familiar with 8-man football. And just last year, they actually added a 6-man football division under the 1A classification, but they do not have a state playoff system because not enough schools participate at that level to have the state playoff system for 6-man football as of yet. A lot of smaller schools in eastern Oregon, 20 or 30 students in rural parts of the state, gives them a chance to participate in athletics. Some of those schools also co-opt with other schools in the area to combine for 1A and 2A football, as Hunter Bennett lines a soft grounder to Mushkath, who drops right into his glove for out number 3. Dallas goes scoreless for the first time tonight. Midway through, we head to the bottom of the 4th, and it's still Dallas 6 and the Barbers 6. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Edwards Realty Trust.
Are you looking for that dream home you've always wanted? When you partner with Edwards Realty Trust, your goal of becoming a homeowner becomes our number one goal. We make it happen by providing unmatched and exceptional service throughout every step of the home buying process. Give us a call today at 503-939-6053 or visit us online at edwardsrealtytrust.com. Let us help you get that dream home you've always wanted.
We're back.
And we're back, bottom of the 4th inning. Barbers looking to continue their hot streak offensively.
Yep, new pitcher.
Last inning, new pitcher for Dallas. Lane is looking at information up for us as
Alarcon, 13.
Emiliano Alarcon, former third baseman. I believe he has switched spots with Braden Allison, the Dirtbags starter. We're going to get a new hitter for the Barbers as well. It will be Josh Dahl, number 9, Leading off to the Barbers in the bottom of the fourth.
Wait, that's.
Pitching to the Dirtbags, number 13, Allen.
No, that's going to be Clayton Wright, number 9.
Oh, you're right. Clayton Wright, not Josh Dahl, will lead off the Barbers in the bottom of the fourth. His first time back this evening.
And it's actually 14 Zellner at third.
No, Reedhead's still catching. 12 is still behind the plate.
I know, 14 is at third base, though.
Oh, okay. So Zellner, right fielder, moves from right field to second. Pitch is swung on, fouled off the end of the bat. 0-1. New pitcher, former third baseman Emiliano Alarcon. 0-1 count. 6-6 tie, bottom of the fourth. Pitch is late call, but maybe a little bit low, but ruled a strike at the knees. 1-1. 1-1 is grounded to short. The throw to first is in time to Swanson, who will remain at first base for Dallas.
Barbers, number 4, third baseman, Justin Herzog.
Justin Herzog.
Doesn't help that they don't have numbers on the front of their jerseys.
First pitch misses for ball 1 to the left-handed hitter. Lynn and I were both wrong. Providence Park, Providence, a long-time hospital and health and wellness organization. I believe a Catholic medical group is the current name sponsor for what was originally Civic Stadium, and even before that, Multnomah Stadium, Multnomah Athletic Club, back in the 20s and 30s, was the original name for what was for quite some time known as Civic Stadium. The 1-1 is lifted to left and tracking it nicely. Left fielder Hunter Bennett at least based on the starting roster. Patrick Mushkat comes to the plate with 2 outs. Lights should come on quickly. Things are starting to get dark. Lights do come on in the outfield, but taking some time over home plate. Alarcon steps off. Right in the middle of the rubber. Fires, right-handed pitcher, misses in the dirt for ball 1. Six ties, 6 runs, 4 hits for Dallas, 6 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error for Hillsborough Post 6 Barbers. 2-0 the count. Two outs, both teams here. Ooh, nearly hit him as he quickly turns to get out of the way and loses his helmet on the play. All 3. Started to say that both teams have went quickly here in the 4th inning. A kind of a surprise the way this game has started, but Mushkat very close to picking up a 2-out walk. Takes the first pitch called. Takes a pitch for the first strike of the at-bat, which is a called strike. 3-1. Pitch from Alarcon is low for ball 4, and Mushkat becomes the go-ahead run for the Barbers at first base. Jared Gordon, the second baseman, at the plate with 2 outs and a runner at first. Alarcon sets, a little bit different delivery style as he sidesteps on the throw to the plate. Not directly parallel with the plate, but more perpendicular to it as he turns 90 degrees when he kicks and fires, and this pitch is going to be lifted to right. Racing in, it's going to drop for a base hit, but the throw to second will be in time to get Mushkat easily.
Wow, you don't see a 9-2 like that.
Barbers in the bottom of the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors, a runner, nobody left as the third out of the inning is a tag applied at second to Mushkat, who reached on a 2-out walk. After 4, it's still the Dallas Dirtbags 6 and the Hillsboro Post 6 Barbers 6. You're listening to Oregon American Legion Baseball on you're listening and watching Oregon American Legion Baseball on shnsports.com/Westside. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from the American Legion.
Let me ask you a question. When you think of the American Legion, what comes to mind? Is it the way we fight daily for our veterans to get them the benefits they've earned through their service?
I work hard every day to make sure that our veterans get the benefits they deserve. I am the American Legion.
For nearly 100 years, the American Legion has been our nation's leading advocate for veterans and their families.
I am the American Legion.
This is today's American Legion.
To learn more, visit legion.org.
And we're back as the Barbers have another new pitcher. Nico Rossell still in? No, it's not Nico Rossell. It's Josh O'Neill taking over for Nico Rossell. O'Neill becomes the third pitcher of the game for the Barbers, and he will face number 14 for Dallas, I believe Bennett. Andrew Zellner, one hitter after Bennett, the right fielder, as we get a chance to look at the roster. Top of the fifth inning, tied at 6. First pitch from O'Neill. Wow, right at the numbers. Apparently too high for the home plate umpire, ruled ball 1. One-0 is swung on and lifts that one straight back into the upper portion of the net, right back towards us. 1-1. Six tie, top of the fifth. Josh O'Neill, new pitcher for the Barbers, coming in this inning, has thrown 3 pitches, 2 of them for balls. Dallas 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third. Barbers 2 in the first and 4 in the third for each team's 6 runs. Curveball just misses inside, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch is low for ball 4, and Dallas has a leadoff walk for a chance at the go-ahead run here in the top of the 5th. Now batting number 7, he came in for Blake Aratola, who took a shot on a foul ball off the plate that bounced up and hit him directly in his Adam's apple, and took some time before deciding if he wanted to stay in the game, and eventually would head to the dugout, replaced by Jeremy Maben, I believe. Derek and Jeremy Maben now both in the game. Derek, the shortstop. I'm assuming Jeremy would take over for Blake in center field, as Blake Aratola was playing center field prior to getting hit by the foul ball off the plate, and this pitch is fouled directly in front of the plate. Doesn't even get out of the home plate circle. It's going to be ruled a foul ball, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Jeremy Maben, the hitter. We talked about earlier the weather similarities, especially in the summer with the thunder and lightning, as Jeremy Maben bunts one up the third base line. Probably should have been I think Reich was safe or would have been safe to let that one go. It was rolling foul. I don't know why he tried to pick it up. Maybe he thought he had to play it first, but he would have had to hurry the throw anyway. Nearly threw it high, and would have been a close play if the throw was there, but it pulled Muscat off the bag, and safe at first will be Jeremy Maben to become the second base runner for Dallas. Still nobody out here in the top of the fifth. We have another new hitter for Dallas, number 21. Lane will pull up information on that. Thank you, Lane. So Cameron Hagen, the new hitter for Dallas, his first time at the plate.
Is it just me or does it sound like it's starting to rain?
The pitch is bunted and caught in foul territory by Muscat.
Oh.
Halfway up the first base line. Runners will stay put, and now a double play gets the Barbers out of the jam here with runners in first and second and one out.
The pitcher, number 13, Emiliano Allerton.
That Trevor was an amazing play right there from Muscat. He read that perfectly, came in, and that was just perfection right there.
Emiliano Alarcon, the new pitcher for Dallas, started at third, the hitter, and now another pass ball will allow another run to possibly score, and it looks like it's Kianis behind the plate, number 16.
It is Kianis. You're absolutely correct.
Has he played catcher at all this year?
He has a little bit, but he has played some catcher, but...
And now runners at second and third takes away the double play.
Yep.
Only one out. The pitch from O'Neill, taken high for ball two. To know the count. O'Neill fires, grounder to third, throw to the plate. Is in time. Nice job by Kianis to block the plate and got down in a blocking stance similar to football and protected the plate beautifully. And the score remains tied at 6 with now 2 outs in the top of the fifth.
I will take that play any day of the week, Trevor. Any day of the week to get that out at home for out number 2. Absolutely, in a heartbeat, I'd do that.
And now the original Maben starter, Derek Maben, the shortstop, at the plate. Not sure if Derek and Jeremy are brothers. That would be my guess.
Yeah, I
the
would
pitch
agree.
is going to get trapped, and Kianis will allow the runner to take second easily. Do not want to risk the go-ahead run scoring on a
I'm going to give him
attempt.
stolen base on that.
Yeah, I think that's safe. I don't think it's a pass ball.
Because he didn't say anything.
He did a pretty good job to trap it and keep it.
And they're going to give him they're going to give him an intentional walk right now.
Not bad at the catcher.
Maben's 3 for 3 today, so they're going to give him an intentional walk, which makes perfect sense with the count being 2-0.
First time I've seen that in a game. Lane has done a few more road games than I have due to my work schedule, but Caden Reedhead comes to the plate with 2 outs, the Dirtbags catcher.
Yeah.
Pitch is out of the strike zone for ball 1. If you think about the term Dirtbags, it just, other than the derogatory term, it makes me think of baseball because the bases are known as bags, and you slide into first, you get dirt on the bag, you have a dirt bag. So
yeah. Well, hey, I also look at it this way: if your jersey's not dirty, it means you haven't played baseball. It's that simple. And I tell
nobody's getting dirty tonight. The only closest thing we have to dirt is rubber pellets on this all-turf field. No, I don't think we're going to see anybody sliding on the mound or well, possibly at home plate, but haven't seen any. Actually, we did. That was by Kianis to the plate.
And speaking of Kianis, we're not 3-0 here with bases loaded to Reedhead, and so the Barbers may allow the Dirtbags to get the go-ahead run here. And there it is.
Will be The go-ahead run on a 4-pitch walk from Josh O'Neill, and it's now 7-6 Dallas with a run here in the top of the 5th.
Eric Swanson.
Eric Swanson, the Dirtbags first baseman.
He's 0 for 1 today.
Have a habit of saying you're listening instead of you're watching. That'll take some time getting used to. We've only been doing video streaming for about a month after doing audio streaming on another platform prior to about
How
a
long
month
did
ago.
you do? How long did you do the audio streaming? Like 3 years.
Started in 2015.
So yeah, three and a half years. So that pitch. Wow, that bounced in there.
Pitch bounces to the plate in front of Kianis. Nice job to protect the plate and keep the runners put. Both these teams can score runs. So even if Dallas does get a second run here, it wouldn't be that big a damage. And another run will score as Kianis has that one get past him on a swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. And now it's 8-6 Dallas. Again, want to remind viewers, if you're watching on shnsports.com/Westside, to make sure you click on the subscribe tab on your screen, and helps us follow who and where our followers are coming from. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Reverse hitter Eric Swanson pulls one foul into the berm at the
Frontier
left field line.
That's the family berm over there that you see, or they can barely see, but that's where a lot of families come during Hillsborough Hops games. They bring out the lawn chair, or they bring out the blankets. No lawn chairs allowed. It sucks. But they bring out the blankets, picnic baskets. They got picnic while watching the game. Kids can run around. They usually have some inflatable items that the kids can fool around in. The parents can watch a game, and kids can run around and wear themselves out.
Only $7 to sit in the seats in the berm. Still pretty affordable seats, whether you're sitting in the metal bleachers, $12 a piece. $18 for box seats, and also have club level seating.
Oh!
Takes out the infield umpire, and that's going to score 2 on a 2-out, 2 RBI single from Eric Swanson. And now the Barbers have once again taken control, answering the 4.
Well, the Barbers have?
Or the Dirtbags have taken control here in the top of the 5th, answering the 4 that the Barbers got in the bottom of the 3rd and wiped away all that hard work that they did in one inning, responding with 4 of their own here in the top of the 5th. At the plate, number 4, second baseman Connor Lang, 10-6 Dallas. Pitch is a strike at the knees, 0-1. For those of you in Texas watching, that might be known. You might be more familiar with that as a knoll.
Oh!
2 Mushkat, and that's the second straight inning. He's ended
With the Dirtbags in
the top half with line drive catches, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's now Dallas 10 and the Barbers 6. Dallas picks up 4 runs in the top of the 5th. We'll be back in just a moment as we get ready for the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Robert Edwards Insurance.
Rob Edwards with American National Insurance is a dedicated agent ready to help you make well-informed decisions about protecting your lifestyle. He has the know-how and products to help you manage your family's risk, no matter what stage of life you are in. An open appointment book, along with coverage for everything from home, auto, collector, cars, and life to farms and businesses, means you can feel good that he's more your ally than your agent. For more information, call 503-207-6976 or visit his office on John Olson Road in Northwest Hillsborough.
And we're back. New pitcher for the second consecutive inning for Dallas as somebody cranked up the volume on the walk-up music is number 18, Hunter Bennett. So Alarcon started at third, moved to pitcher last inning, now is taken over in left field.
And like I said, Trevor, would you like me to start looking up breakfast places for tomorrow morning? Because I think with how this game is going, we're going to be here for a while.
Fifth inning, Barbers need 4 to tie, but they were able to pick up that many in the bottom of the third inning. Hunter Bennett would pick up the win, I think, if this score were to hold.
I don't know anymore. Somebody changes.
Number 7, Charlie Stewart.
Hunter Bennett started in left field, leading off the Barbers. Number 7, Charlie Stewart, who...
So who's warming up? Who's on deck? That's my question.
Start for the Barbers.
Josh O'Neill.
So the original roster is all cattywampus based on the roster we were given to start the game. Josh O'Neill was the 7th hitter and Stewart the starter. And two roster positions or batting order positions between the two of them, but now they're hitting back-to-back to start the 5th. The 0-1 to Stewart, misses well outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Charlie Stewart started the game at pitcher, was pulled after an inning in the third and came back in last inning or the inning before to hit. Pitch is fouled straight back off the neck of the bat into the top of the net. 0-2 or 1-2. One in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, and 4 in the fifth for Dallas. 2 in the first and 4 in the third for the Hillsboro Post 6 Barbers as we wind down regular season play of 2019 Oregon American Legion Baseball. Pitches in the dirt for ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Barbers most likely will be hosting Roseburg of Southern Oregon and the Doc Stewart's
3-game
team in a
best of 3. Ooh,
3-game set, and that hits Stewart squarely in the back right between the shoulders, and
that's where you want to get hit if you get hit.
He winces, but he's going to take his place at first base and do what he can to take one for the team. And O'Neill will step up with a runner aboard, and nobody out in the bottom of the 5th. Most all league American Legion games are 7 innings, but only 3 areas consisting of Oregon American Legion baseball. Technically, other parts of the state may have 1 or 2 teams, but not enough to consist of a league. Pitches taken for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. I've heard that either Pendleton or LeGrand actually have a team, but no other teams in Eastern Oregon.
Pendleton.
Right, Pendleton, LeGrand. I couldn't remember which one, but
it was Pendleton.
0-1 the count from Hunter Bennett. And the pitch is going to drop, or to be caught by the center fielder.
Maven.
33, Tyler Bickford.
It's got to be Derek Maben, who took over for Aratola after he fouled the pitch off the plate directly into his Adam's apple and had to leave the game. 1 out here at the top of the 5th for new hitter for the Barbers, or not a new hitter, number 33, Tyler Bickford. Forgot his number for a moment. First pitch from Bennett, curveball, sweeping, big break on that, well in front of the plate, crossed the plate late for strike 1. The 0-1 from Bennett. It's over his left shoulder. Pitch is grounded to second. This could be 2. To second, on to first for the double play, and that will do it for the Barbers. They get a 1-out hit batsman from Charlie Stewart, or I should say to Charlie Stewart, but he is thrown out on the double play at second. The throw to first is in time to Swanson to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And after 5, it's still the Dallas Dirtbags of Mid-Willamette Valley Area 1, or Area 3, 10, and the Hillsboro Post 6 Dirtbags of Area 2, 6. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Westside Mobile Media.
Westside Mobile Media is proud to bring you Barbers Baseball. Trevor and Lane love to broadcast this pastime back to 1925, but we need your help. Sponsorships are still available. Contact Westside Mobile Media at gmail.com or call 971-330-8122 to lock in your business for the season. Now, back to Barbers Baseball on Westside Mobile Media.
And welcome back to SHN Sports. Lane Jensen with Trevor Beard. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Dirtbags leading this thing 10-6. Wild bunch of defensive mistakes, allowing for 16 runs between these two teams. Let's see what happens the rest of the way. Here's the play-by-play. Here's Trevor.
Yeah, Lane, a lot of walks that have allowed runs to score, pass balls that have allowed runs to score. 16 runs on just 11 hits combined between these two teams. 1 error from the Barbers. At the plate, new pitcher Hunter Bennett leads off the top of the 6th. First pitch from O'Neill is taken high for ball 1.
I tell you, I do not want to see this scorebook after this game is over. It's going to be this scorebook after this game is over is going to be an entire mess.
Pitch is up and in for ball 2. Lane was part of a game between these two teams a couple of weeks ago in a tournament in Eugene, home of University of Oregon, that saw 32 runs scored. And this pitch is, I thought that was going to come right back at us.
Yep.
Just barely caught the top of the net. And thought it was going to have a chance for another ESPN moment like had happened a few months ago by a baseball broadcaster in Texas that made a barehand foul ball catch during a broadcast. 3-1 the count to Bennett.
You have to have for us to be able to catch it through these windows here, Trevor, you would have to have the angle just right. And that angle wasn't quite right.
It would be like trying to fit a camel through the eye of a needle.
Yeah, pretty much.
And pitch is taken for strike 2. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Either camel or a 18-wheeler Freightliner truck. One of the two.
And pitch is grounded off the end of the bat to short, and
E6
misplayed it. Tried to play it between hops and let it bounce an extra time, and Herzog has a bounce off his glove, and that's going to be the second error of the game for the Barbers, and Bennett is aboard via a leadoff E6. I'm not given the error yet on the board.
Nah, they don't know how to work the board is what it is. Don't worry about it, Trevor.
Bunted foul by hitter number 14, Andrew Zellner, who started the game in right. But we've had all kinds of defensive substitutions here midway through for both teams. So
We're playing musical positions here. You know, that's what it is, Trevor. I think I've gone through 3 pieces of paper trying to keep up with these substitutes.
0-1, again, bunt shown, and a strike at the knees, 0-2.
I've gone through 3 pieces of paper trying to keep up with all these substitutions, Trevor. It's ridiculous. Our lineup from the beginning of the game, completely shot. Completely. I think next time we do this, I'm just going to put up a complete roster for each team and call it good.
The 0-2 from Josh O'Neill is high for ball one. Banks Braves getting ready to defend their 4A state football championship after defeating league rival Seaside 31-20 here in mid-November, right behind us at Hillsborough Stadium. In about 6 weeks, big swing and a miss, strike three to Andrew Zellner. You talked earlier about takes a special group to win 3 state championships in 1 year. They had some special seniors that also won a state title, probably the most prolific. Blake Goebel announced earlier, I think about a week ago, Oregon, a 1A through 4A small school prep athlete of the year. He's headed to Eastern Washington to play tight end next year. I'm not sure if he's going to redshirt or not, but I know a lot of times when players from smaller schools, which Banks is only 375 students, when you play at a position where you see the ball a lot of times you get moved to linebacker or a position where you may not see the ball, but he will be playing a tight end next year. Want to know the count? Pitch from O'Neill, taken high, 2-0. Jeremy Maben, the hitter who came in early for the injured Blake Aratola, who again fouled the pitch off the plate into his neck. 2-0, pitches in the dirt ball 3. The count. O'Neill finally throws to the plate and a called strike on the inside corner. 3-1. Runner at first is Bennett after an error at short.
Double play would be great right here, Trevor. Get out of this inning.
Zellner at the plate with 1 out. O'Neill takes a pitch, or O'Neill's pitch is taken high by Jeremy Maben for ball 4. And a double play can still get him out of the inning, but now runners at first and second. I would anticipate maybe a double steal to try to avoid the double play or a hit and run.
Oh, yes. Wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
The pitch is taken for strike 1 on the outside corner, 0-1. The 0-1. O'Neill, a little shimmy before he fires to the plate. Strike 2 and a foul ball off the end of the bat.
Oh, and 2, the count to Hagen.
Pitch is chopped foul off the plate, off to the left into the stairwell towards the third base dugout where the Barbers are, which is actually it's the home dugout for high school and American Legion, but the road dugout for Northwest League baseball. 1-2 the count, 1 out the pitch. Curveball misses high, sails one over the head of Kianis, and now that takes away the double play due to a catching error.
Well, if it sailed over the head and he had no chance,
it would have wild pitch.
Yeah, there you go.
1-2 the count, but a strike 3 here would be almost as good as it would record the second out of the inning, but instead we get a fly ball down the right field line. That's going to be a fair ball, and 2 runs are going to score. It's going to get all the way in the corner, and not sure why he held up, but Zellner is going to be aboard with a 1-out double, and now it's 12-6.
I think what happened was Hagen couldn't see what was going on and didn't see the sign from the coach, so held up at second, but he could have easily gotten to third, easily on that play. Watching the replay right now, and the coach gave him one wave of the hand, and Hagen couldn't see it.
12-6 Dallas. At the plate, number 13, Emiliano Alarcon started at third, pitched an inning, last inning, and moved to left in the top of the sixth, or here in the bottom of the fifth. It's top of the sixth now, so pitch from O'Neill is outside. Ball 2. The count. Barbers now trailing 12-6. And runner's going to try to go for third, and Kianis is going to give it to him after losing it through his legs, and 3-0 the count. Even if Alarcon walks here, it's still going to put the Barbers in a double play situation. So pitch is taken for strike one. 3-1 the count, 1 out. 2 runs in for the Barbers. Pitch is lifted foul, out of play.
Ooh, clunk.
I know it's very late, or getting late in many parts of the country if you're watching us in other areas, but as Alarcon drops the blue single to right, and that's going to score another run as crossing the plate, number 21, we do not have on the roster.
Hagen. Give me a second, I'll get you the name.
Will make the score 13-6. The score was tied at 6 and headed into the top of the fourth, and Dallas has since scored 4 in the fifth and 3 in the sixth. One more run and we'll have a football score. O'Neill, the left side of the dugout again, nearly hits another Dallas hitter, and we have a new hitter for Dallas, number 16.
Yeah. Number 16, Amador.
Pitch from O'Neill, swing and a miss, strike 1. Runner.
Hey, go ahead.
Runner at first. Again, a ground ball would get out of the inning.
Hector Amador.
1-1 count is pitch called strike inside half of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch check swing, gets away from Kianis. Throw to second is late, but backed up by the Barbers shortstop. Not Blair. Blair moved from short to second. My guess is Herzog.
I'm giving it pass ball.
Stewart's now at third, so that will go as a pass ball. 2-2 the count, 1 out. Runner at second. Pitch is fouled off straight back. Still 2-2. And Lane, there's 3 different classes of American Legion baseball: Single A, Double A, and Triple A. I haven't seen too much of Double A in Oregon. We do have Triple A and Single A. You've umpired some Single A. What is the difference between the talent level between Single A and Triple A?
Honestly, there's not much difference, to be quite honest with you. As umpiring Single A, there's not much difference. There's a lot of talent there. I mean, it's mainly a lot more fielding than anything else, but the fielding's really good.
Pitch is driven to center, and that will be caught for out number 2. Tagging on the play, the throw to third. Nice job to block it by Clayton Reich. It's not Stewart at third, who I thought it was. It's Clayton Reich and Charlie Stewart look very similar from this distance.
Charlie's in center.
Oh, Charlie Stewart is actually in center field. 2 outs for Dallas. At the plate, number 12.
Reedhead.
Reedhead, the catcher, pitches outside, and another run's going to score on a wild pitch, and it's 14-6.
Was that a wild pitch or pass ball?
It was a wild pitch. It was he reached out for it and it was
All
rolling
right.
in the dirt. So now 8 runs have scored for Dallas in the last 2 innings, 14-6 in the bottom, or in the top of the 6th. Pitch from O'Neill, bases empty, is high for ball 2. Pitch again, misses high for ball 3. Three balls and no strikes. 2 outs. Pitch from O'Neill is a called strike, a little bit high, 3-1. We've seen a lot of pitches, I think, Lane, on 3-0 counts that they call it a ball earlier in the at-bat, but if it's borderline, they'll give him the strike just to, I don't know if it's just to give the pitcher some confidence or what, but if it's a ball, it's a ball, and if it's a strike, it's a strike.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you want this game to keep moving too, and any umpire wants the game to keep moving. But you know, if it's close, you're in a game like this, you're gonna give it to the pitcher. But sometimes you want to give that call to the pitcher, but it's just too far outside the zone. You just can't do it. You don't feel like you can give it without being fair. So.
And Josh O'Neill is going to get a visit to the mound, and he's actually going to be pulled. Mushkat, it looks like, will take over as he's also coming into the dugout.
They're going to switch gloves.
Oh, okay. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this with the Lori Godfrey Group pitching change.
Godfrey Real Estate Group is part of the Keller Williams national chain of realty offices. Call Lori Godfrey at 503-989-3115 for all your real estate needs. Lori Godfrey and the Godfrey Real Estate Group. Visit their website at thegodfreyrealestategroup.com. Licensed in both Oregon and Washington. Godfrey Real Estate Group, located in the Hamburg Land Business Complex in Beaverton.
And we're back, bottom of the 6th inning. New pitcher for the Hillsboro Barbers, Patrick Mushkat, will take over for Josh O'Neill. I believe Mushkat becomes the 4th pitcher of the game. Starter Charlie Stewart lasted only an inning and a third. I have not seen Bickford play any position other than catcher. Yeah, 14-6 Dallas. Top of the 6th inning. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, 4 in the 5th, and 4 here in the top of the 6th for the Barbers. 2 in the first, 4 in the third for their 6 runs. 14 runs on 8 hits for Dallas, 6 runs on 5 hits and 1 error for the Hillsboro Post 6 Barbers. Again, we're here at Ron Tonkin Field, home of the Single-A short season affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks, Northwest League member Hillsboro Hops, as Eric Swanson, first baseman, comes to the plate and will be introduced. Mushkat is ready, left-hander from the opposite side of the rubber fires for a first pitch called strike. The 0-1, runner at first misses well outside, ball one. Count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Very lengthy couple of innings for Dallas, 4 runs each of the last 2, and this one's driven to center, right center. Garcia makes the catch for out number 3, and that will do it, but this game starting to get out of hand as we do have a 10-run rule effect in American Legion. We're in danger of that here if the Barbers can't pick up some runs here in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Dallas Dirtbags 14 and Hillsboro Post 6 Barbers 6. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Sarah Hesselman, Keller Williams Realty.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your bank's Braves. Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
And we're back. Hunter Bennett will stay on the mound for Dallas here in the bottom of the 6th, finally. Only 13 hits. Seems like it should be a 6-5 game, not 14-6. But Dallas, I think that pretty much the difference in the game, able to capitalize with timely hits for them and untimely errors at pass balls, wild pitches, hit batters, walks have all allowed Dallas base runners to score, especially early. Dallas has picked up a few hits here through the middle innings, allowing for the difference in the game, the 8 runs, but Dallas has been taking advantage of their opportunities when they got runners aboard, and just too many errors for the Barbers, not only statistically but also pitching, and only 1 error on the scoreboard, but some pitching errors, hit batsmen, walks have helped Dallas to this 14-run total. Leading off the bottom of the 6th for the Barbers, who came in earlier in the game as a designated runner, Cooper Hewitt. Had to think about that one for a second. Cooper and Connor, very similar sounding names. First pitch from Bennett here in the bottom of the 6th is a curveball outside corner. Beautiful breaking ball that time, 0-1. Still a slight breeze out to left, but the Barbers were able to get some hits and tie it here. It'd be 10 o'clock and we'd still be in the 6th inning. .4:30 wake-up call for me tomorrow, 5 o'clock start to my day as that pitch misses low for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I have a 6:30 a.m. wake-up call tomorrow.
The 1-2 pitch from Bennett almost looks like he froze and delivers off the end of the bat. This one will be caught by the right fielder for Dallas.
Allison.
Who is Brayton Allison, the Dirtbags starting pitcher. Kevin Blair, top of the order, now at second base for the Barbers. Will bat with 1 out. One out, 14-6. Barbers trailing by 8 runs despite only getting out hit 8-5. Pitch from Bennett. Misses low and inside. Ball 1. And the pitch is outside for ball 2. Again, want to thank Rob Hipp back at Command Central for staying up with us tonight on our inaugural broadcast on SHN Sports, Westside Mobile Media, powered by SHN Sports.
Someone get him a rock star.
Pitch is low for ball 3. I know it's getting close to midnight in Central Texas. Three and 0 the count, 1 out. The pitch from Bennett takes his time to get the signal straight and misses outside, and that's going to be a 1-out walk for Kevin Blair. And up to the plate will come number 9, who came in earlier at third, Clayton Wright. Barbers have a lot of players that can play multiple positions, and
it's a carnival.
I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 players that either don't or at least haven't pitched yet. And the only pitcher I've seen that's really pitched and nothing else was Josh Dahl, and I'm not sure what. He's not on the roster, and he's only been with the team maybe a handful of games.
Yeah, he's not on the official American Legion roster. He's just kind of a fill-in, but he's not here tonight, so Barbers having to make do with who's here. 12 players.
11 listed on the roster.
No, 12.
Oh, 12. Yeah, that's right, counting the designated hitter.
There you go. Yeah.
1-1 the count to Clayton Reich.
See, when the Barbers played Roseburg last week, they only had 10 without a DH, so 10 players total. So that was hard.
Pitches up and into Clayton Reich. 2 balls and 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at first after the walk a moment ago to second baseman Kevin Blair. The 2-1 pitch. Runner at first. Bennett looks towards the bag and pitches outside. Reed had wanted to come up quickly and throw, but will look Blair back to first instead. 3-1 the count, 1 out. Dakota Bond. Oh, that's right. And they're going to get Blair in a rundown between first and second, minus a rare Dallas error, and they get it! They're going to call him safe on a very controversial call. I will just leave it at that as Dallas's manager comes out of the dugout. Herzog was safe, but he slid past the bag and tried to reach back and was too late. Initially ruled safe, and one of the Barbers, I don't think it's Joe Duran at first, as he's normally in the box at third. And now they're just kind of like waiting to take turns arguing the call at first, as
Ben Bertrand is not happy.
And it's very rare that you see a call overturned at anything lower than the major league level because there's no replay. American Legion consisting of 13 to 19-year-old, kind of an all-star league for mainly high school players. sponsored by one of the largest veterans groups, long-time affiliation with baseball. Swing and a miss, 3-2 the count to Clayton Reich. 2 outs, bases are empty now. Pitch from Bennett, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it for the Barbers in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th, nearing 9:30 here on the West Coast. Bottom of the 6th inning, still Dallas 14, and the Barbers 6 will be back in 30 seconds after this from Basher's Team Athletic Supply.
For over 75 years, Basher's Team Athletic Supply has been outfitting Northwest athletes from pro leagues to little leagues. Their North Portland Interstate location has over 3,000 square feet of retail space and over 5,500 square feet of warehouse to provide equipment and apparel for football and baseball, and gear for basketball, track umpires, and officials as well. Give one of their experienced team reps a call, 503-226-3696, or visit their website, bashers.com. That's BASHORS.com.
Top of the 7th inning, and Mushkat continuing to pitch for the Barbers.
We don't have a right fielder right now. There is no right fielder for the...
And finally, Stewart is taking over at center field, trying to get the Barbers' attention as we have time called. The Barbers are playing with only 8 players apparently, and it's not Stewart in center either. The Barbers are going to play with only... Okay, now Stewart comes out of the dugout.
I don't know what's going on here, but Stewart's going to be in right. Oh my God, what is going on?
I'm not sure who's in center, but for a moment it looked like he was going to try to play right center and take up both center and right.
Yeah, it's Garcia out there.
First pitch from Mushkat to the Dallas leadoff hitter the hitter to lead off the top of the 7th, not the leadoff hitter in the roster, but it is Connor Liang who started at second. Fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Pitch is low for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Maybe he's indisposed, had to use the facilities, or 1-1 the count. Pitch is swung on, driven to right center, and that's going to get through the gap for a base hit. And safe with a leadoff single is Connor Lang, the second baseman. And at the plate, number 7 will actually be on deck. That's Jeremy Maben. Number 18, Hunter Bennett, comes to the plate. Actually, it's not going to be Maben either. It's Zellner. Maben standing in the well of the Dirtbags dugout. Thought he was on deck because he tried to come out to help retrieve that foul ball. Pitches a check swing for a called strike, I believe, 0-1. Do not think he went.
Nope, he did not.
0-1 for Mushkat. Low, ball 1.
Temperature's starting to drop here, Trevor. You can start to feel the chill, that summer chill coming on here.
The breeze has still not been contained much. Flags moving in both left and center field. The 2 Northwest League Championship blue and red pennants out right below the 400 marker. Right behind the Safeway and Albertsons signs in center field. Strike 3 called to
That's a good sign right there.
The hitter, Hunter Bennett, that'll bring up Andrew Zellner, who started at right. 1 out for Dallas in the top of the 7th. Safeway and Albertsons recently acquired Safeway, both West Coast grocery chains. Grounder right back to the pitcher.
Oh! Whoa! The runner tripped. Lane tripped. So that actually goes as a 1-6-4 fielder's choice for the second out. Okay.
I thought that I was like beside myself thinking they weren't going to get any outs after the ground ball. The throw to second was there, but I don't know if he got tired and fell asleep or what.
I don't either.
The shortstop, I think, had the ball go off his glove, but able to wake up just in time to make the tag at second.
Well, it was the fourth at second. Trevor.
Right.
But Lang tripped going over, and Blair realized that, so Blair got the ball and stepped on the bag for the second out.
Pitch is well inside now to Jeremy Maben. Ball 1. Down around the ankles. 1-0 the count. Pitch from Mushkat is well outside. 2-0. Our next broadcast will be Monday.
Tomorrow. Oh, I can do it tomorrow.
Our next broadcast will be tomorrow as the Barbers will take on Pabco Roofers, a Tacoma-based roofing company that is the sponsor of the Lake Oswego area American Legion team. Lake Oswego, a prominent Portland suburb in kind of the southwest side of Portland. So a walk to Jeremy Maben at the plate. It's not Noah Juarez.
No, I think it's Cameron Hagen. Let me take a look. Cameron Hagen.
Kevin Hagen?
Cameron.
Oh, Cameron Hagen, who came in last inning defensively, now with a bloop single to right, and that will score another run, and now it's 15-6. Throw.
Single and oh my. That's a single and a move up on the throw.
Throw to Bickford at the plate, who has now come back in at catcher. Has made the score 15-6. And American Legion in league plays 7. This game's scheduled for 9, but we may wind up playing 7 anyway if Dallas picks up another run here, as the 10-run rule is in effect in American Legion and Oregon high school baseball. I know, Lane, in some other parts of the country, other broadcasters I've talked to, in fact, I think including Texas, have an even, some games can last maybe 3 or even 5 innings based on, so not only is there a 10-run rule, but sometimes it even goes further than that to have even earlier.
Correct. I know a lot of times when I'm umpiring a tournament, that pitch is a swing and a miss by Alicom 2-1. I know that in tournament play, if you get 15 after 2, it's over. 12 after 3, 10 after 4, 8 after 5. And so yeah, I've umpired some very, very short games, let me tell you. So I definitely understand the shortness of games.
2-2 the count, 2 outs, runners at second and third. 15-6 Dallas lead. Breaking ball.
Whoa.
Missed somewhere. I don't know where, but.
I don't know either, to be honest with you, Trevor. That looked pretty darn good to me.
Lane, our resident knowledge expert on all things umpire related, and
nice.
Fly ball to left will keep the Barbers in it at least until the top of the 8th, but Dallas does pick up another run. And this thing is getting out of hand as Dallas has a 15-6 lead on Hillsborough as we head to the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Godfrey Real Estate Group.
Godfrey Real Estate Group is part of the Keller Williams national chain of realty offices. Call Lori Godfrey at 503-989-3115 for all your real estate needs. Lori Godfrey and the Godfrey Real Estate Group. Visit their website at thegodfreyrealestategroup.com. Licensed in both Oregon and Washington, Godfrey Real Estate Group, located in the Hamburgland Business Complex in Beaverton.
Take me out to the ball game.
Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back, so it's root for the Barbers. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Alright, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I'll give us that.
15-6. Bottom of the 7th inning, leading off Justin Herzog, who started at third base. Yeah, that's about where it's gotten to with all the defensive changes in this 2.5-hour contest.
I have to tell you right now, Trevor, I would hate to be the home plate umpire who has to keep track of all of it.
Didn't mean to interrupt you, Lane, but Ben Bickford having a nice moment of sportsmanship with the home plate umpire after arguing that call to end.
You mean Ben Bertrand?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew it started with a B. I thought it was Bickford for some reason because of the Barbers.
Is he still arguing that call again?
No, it was the opposite of that. It was a sportsmanship moment, giving him a pat on the shoulder and.
No, I see it now. Yep, I see it now.
Bottom of the 8th inning.
Bottom of the
7th, 15-6.
We just said the 7th inning stretch.
Earlier, the 4-1 game lasted barely an hour last night. Now we're going to have just the opposite. This game's going to go over 3 hours likely. Pitch from Bennett misses way outside of the left-handed hitter for ball 1. I had a 3.5-hour broadcast, 14-inning, greatest baseball game I've had a chance to broadcast as Banks defeated Gladstone en route to the 2019 OSAA 4A state baseball title. Gladstone of Southeast Portland. 2-0 the count from Bennett. Herzog, the hitter for the Barbers. The pitch swung on, is lifted well out of play. That may land on the football field after it rolls off the roof, or at least will wind up in the football stadium seats. 2-1 the count.
Let me give you an interesting stat. With that pitch, 303 pitches so far in this ball game, and we're only in the bottom of the 7th.
And about probably 10 different pitchers used combined between the two teams.
I will tell you that in just a minute. There's pitched 304. 7.
Pitches outside to Herzog. 3-1 the count.
Seven pitchers. Thank goodness. Lucky 7.
A 3-1 from Bennett is low for ball 4, and a leadoff walk for Justin Herzog. Well, as much as I would love to see an incredible comeback here, it would be midnight, I think, before this game even got over.
And my girlfriend would not be happy.
The Barbers, if they are able to wake up offensively, have the power to do it. But Dallas is not, with all due respect to the rest of Area 2, Dallas is not a normal Area 2 team.
No, they're 3, and they have to go. They're playing somewhere tomorrow. I don't remember exactly where they're playing tomorrow.
Pitch to Barbers hitter, I believe Mushkat is outside for ball 1. Yeah, I knew Dallas wasn't a regular Area 2 team, but I wanted to compare them to the league competition that the Barbers had faced. And I wasn't at the West Lynn game, and they lost to Beaverton twice. I was at the game last night, and Beaverton almost looked, at least last night, like a class above the Barbers, especially defensively. 2-0 the count from Bennett. Looks at first. Pitch is off the plate outside, 3-0. American Legion baseball consists of about 30 to 35 games in the span of about 6 or 8 weeks. Pitches a called strike for first strike of the at-bat, 3-1. Seen a lot of that tonight, called strikes on 3-0 counts. Bennett looks back at first, sets up middle of the rubber and fires. Pitch is swung on, driven down the right field line. It's going to drop for a base hit. It's going to bounce past the right fielder Hagen, and a run might. No, they're going to hold the runners up at second and third. A leadoff, or not a leadoff, but a double for Mushkat after Herzog reached on the walk. Last time these two teams met, it was in the Papa's Pizza Invitational Tournament at North Eugene High School, home of Eugene, home of the University of Oregon. 15-6. Barbers trailing. Jared Gordon started at second at the plate. Drives one to center. This should score the 7th run of the game for the Barbers, but Herzog will get back. And we have another pitcher warming up for the Barbers, I think, as Bickford has his chest protector on and shin guard, started to come out of the dugout, and now
where did that go?
The pitching staff, it was a fly ball to center field. Herzog started to tag up, but throw was back in quickly to keep him at third. Left-handed hitter at the plate for the Barbers is Nico Rosell, who was one of many pitchers used for the Barbers tonight. I think either the second or third pitcher in tonight's game. (15-6) Dallas. The pitch from Bennett is a shot off the third base side, out of play, 1-1. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, 4 in the fifth, 4 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh for Dallas, 2 in the first and 4 in the third for the Barbers. Pitch again straightens out a little bit, but still lines one foul high into the top of the netting off the opposite side of home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out to Nico Rosell. Pitch from Bennett as Reedhead will look Herzog back to third. Beautiful drive between Dallas and Eugene on Highway 99, some beautiful farm country.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Pitch from Bennett is again fouled off by Rosell, up again off the third base side to the left-handed hitter. Highway 99 and I-5 pretty much parallel each other, and if you've ever seen the movie Cars, Highway 99 was the original I-5 throughout much of the Pacific Northwest, as Rosell is going to get an RBI as he lines one down the right field line. 2 runs are going to score as the throw comes in late, and it's now 15-8 Dallas. So we may actually see a 9-inning game. Josh O'Neill at the plate with a runner at first and 1 out. 15 runs, 8 hits for Dallas, 8 runs, 8 hits, and an error for the post 6 Hillsboro Barbers.
We're working on getting the scoreboard updated. There it is.
Bennett fires, and that is going to be caught by the center fielder.
Who is Maben?
Jeremy Maben, the center fielder, who came in for Aratola. So many defensive changes. Wasn't sure if that was going to actually be the position or the player who should be at that position.
We hope it is.
Jeremy Maben, but we definitely want to wish Blake Aratola all the best after taking a foul ball off the plate to the neck. 2 outs. Pitches outside in the dirt for ball 1.
The problem is with Dallas's jerseys, they don't have numbers on the front of their jerseys. So it makes it very difficult. Yeah, it's 7.
It's number 7, Jeremy Maben in center field. Bennett, the pitch outside, 2-0. I do not think there's a time limit in American Legion. Although if you start to see the umpires fall asleep, it might come to that. Throw it first. Hillsboro Barbers splitting their time for home games between Ron Tonkin Field, home of the Hillsboro Hops, and Liberty High School, just across.
Ooh, that hit right on top of us.
Just across Highway 26 here at the Cornelius Pass exit on the west side of Hillsboro, Oregon. Bickford the hitter, 2-1 the count.
We're just over an hour from the coast. Kind of nice. We're kind of nestled here in the valley.
Pitch is lifted foul off the first base side, out of play. 2-2. 2 outs, 2 runs in. No, in case you're wondering, it's not the second inning, thank God. 9:48 here in the Pacific Northwest. Nearly played 3 hours. Still 2 more innings to go for a full 9-inning contest. Bennett, the pitch is taken high, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bickford able to work the count full.
And it looks like Reedhead is going to go out and talk to Burnett, or out to Bennett here to try to get him calmed down.
American Legion baseball starting in North Dakota. I think sometime around. I had it looked up once on early in the season for our opening.
1925.
Okay, I knew it was sometime around the early part of the century, 1920s.
Yep, 1925 to be exact.
I think a lot of that too had to do with a lot of professional baseball players at that time were having to leave to go into wars. I think that was probably right around the time of World War II.
And not quite.
World War I or World War II.
It was right in between.
So Bickford will be aboard via the walk. Cooper Hewitt, the hitter for the Barbers. 2 outs, runner at first is Bickford, the Barbers catcher. First pitch is outside for ball 1.
Dude, it's in the Westside Media promo. It's 1925. I know it.
No, I know you're right.
And we got looks like we got a little meeting on the mound here.
Bennett, the current pitcher for Dallas, will stay in the game. Both, I'm sure by this time everybody's getting tired. About 10 minutes shy of 10 o'clock. We try to pull up the history of American Legion baseball. Pitch is shot foul off the plate by Bennett. 1 ball and 1 strike. This directly from the American Legion Wikipedia page. The league still stands behind the traditional values upon which it was founded in 1925 and has taught hundreds of thousands of young Americans the importance of sportsmanship, good health, and active citizenship. Community service has always been a core value of the American Legion, and in 1925 was furthered to include baseball. First Legion World Series held in Philadelphia in 1926. It saw Yonkers at maybe a balk.
No, the ball just came in from center field there. I think there might have been an overthrow. I gotta see here. I'm watching the replay here. Give me a second. You watch the play here. I'm gonna watch the replay.
Well, no real reasoning given as to why the league was started. Just the
it's an E2
history of the league. Pitches well inside. Did start in Millbank, South Dakota. Three and one the count. Runners at second and third. 15-8 Dallas. 2 outs.
It was an overthrow from the catcher to the first base.
Pitch is chopped foul along the first base line. 3-2.
That's what happened. The catcher.
On a pickoff attempt?
Yeah, threw to first and he overthrew, so it's an E2. So it's a E2. Fielding error, throwing error.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hewitt, I believe, still the batter.
Yeah, it's still Coop.
Pitch from Bennett, swing and a miss, strike 3, and he will no longer be the batter, and the Barbers will no longer be batting, as Hewitt sounds almost like a tongue twister, but Hewitt will head to the dugout, the third out on a swinging strike on a full count pitch. Barbers pick up 2, but they're still down 7 as we head to the top of the 8th. Dallas Dirtbags 15 and the post 6 Hillsboro Barbers 8. When we come back, it'll be the top of the 8th inning in 30 seconds after this from Jim's Thriftway.
Jim's Thriftway is a historic member of the Banks community. They've been a longtime supporter of Banks Youth Athletics and are proud to sponsor BHS broadcasts. Check out their deli with delicious hot food like fried chicken, corn dogs, and chicken wings. Get a custom-made cake at their in-store bakery. They also have a wide variety of farm-fresh fruits and vegetables in their produce department. In the spring and summer, stop by and get delicious barbecue on Fridays and Saturdays. Jim's Thriftway at the corner of Highways 6 and 47 and online at jimsthriftway.com. Proud to be locally owned and operated. Jim's Thriftway is a historic member of the Banks community. They've been a longtime supporter of Banks Youth.
And we're back. Sorry about that. Still getting the hang of this video thing. Lane Jensen helping me out as my IT and analyst and all things umpire related. Top of the 8th inning, 15-8. Barbers trailing by 7. New pitcher for Hillsboro will be number 6, Alex Garcia.
I'm getting your... Okay, so I've got everybody changed around now. I've got all the numbers, finally. Actually, no. We wait. Oh, my goodness. National Neal, 19. Pitcher is Garcia. Blair Herzog. Charlie Stewart.
Interesting note about American Legion Baseball. Kennesaw Mountain Landis, who was one of the early commissioners of Major League Baseball, actually gave a $50,000 donation from Major League Baseball to help continue American Legion Baseball after it was nearly ended in 1927. As first pitch is popped up to Garcia. Catch is made for out number 1 as we try to get the roster pulled back up.
Was that Amador who was batting?
16.
Yes. Okay, so I'm right there. All right, 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting, big home run swing that time from Reedhead. The Dallas catcher is a swing and a miss, 0-1. Pitch from Garcia. Nice pitch as well on the outside corner. Another swinging miss. Strike two. Not seen Alex Garcia pitch much, and he looks good here early on his first two pitches in the top of the eighth.
Clayton right and left. Cooper Hewitt center. Josh O'Neill
and
right.
3 straight swinging pitches. Down goes Reedhead, and that'll be the first out for Dallas in the top of the eighth. Coming to the plate, number 25, Eric Swanson.
2 out, second out. That's the second out. The first one popped out.
Okay, that's right. So 2 outs for Dallas, not one. It's been a long night. Top of the eighth inning, nearly.
We are 3 hours now.
We'll have played 3 hours before we even head to the ninth inning. Probably before we even get to the bottom of the eighth.
Yeah, we'll see. We're gonna be really close.
And it's gonna be caught. Line drive to the third baseman. I think it's Charlie Stewart. Can't see his number.
It is Charlie.
Field. So 9:57 as we head to the bottom of the eighth. No runs, no hits, a hitter left, and after 7.5, it's Dallas 15 and Hillsborough Post 6. 8. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Sports Outreach Northwest.
Sports Outreach Northwest is a faith-based organization that uses sports to teach young people about the gospel of Jesus Christ. Their free one-day clinics in football, soccer, and basketball, and for a small fee, their 4-day elite camps in wrestling and basketball and their raft trip help use sports to spread the gospel. For more information about Sports Outreach Northwest, contact Eric at sportsoutreachnw.org or call 503-577-1427.
In case you're wondering, American Legion Baseball, kind of a who's who of Major League Baseball, as many of their alumni have gone on to do some pretty great things historically in baseball. Players like Bob Feller, Ted Williams, Stan Musial, Yogi Berra, you might know him, Warren Spahn, also at one time, I believe, commissioner of Major League Baseball, Ralph Kiner, Bob Gibson, Al Kaline, Frank Robinson. The list goes on. Usually at least 1 or 2 players every year since 1962 have gone on to went on to later make it to the major leagues after getting an early start through the American Legion Baseball program. So again, a new pitcher for Dallas, number 4, Connor Lang just warming up Bennett. No, Lang will take over for Bennett as the two are on the mound. Bennett will move to third.
I got the whole thing right here. So we got Jacob Maben in center field, Cameron Hagen in right field instead of DHing, Emilio Alarcon shortstop, Hector Amador second base, Caden Reedhead still stays behind the plate, Eric Swanson still stays at first, Connor Lang now pitching, Hunter Bennett stays in left field, Andrew Zellner stays at third base.
And the players I mentioned earlier were actually Major League Baseball players, not who started with American Legion, but the years I mentioned were actually the years they were inducted into the Hall of Fame, not the years that
We got time now.
Not the year that they came into the major leagues. I looked at that. I saw 1993 Reggie Jackson. I'm like, no, Reggie Jackson was retired, I'm pretty sure, by 1993. So. 15-8, Barbers trailing. Bottom of the 8th inning, Kevin Blair leading off against new pitcher for Dallas, Connor Lang. Pitch is taken inside for ball 1. The 1-0, Lang is taking his time as if we needed to wait much longer. The 1-0 is well inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Officially over 3 hours for tonight's broadcast. The 2-0 from Lang is taken high for ball 3. And Clayton Reich on deck. King Kianis was second in the order based on the starting roster, but that's kind of gone out the window at this point. Kevin Blair, 3-1 count, leading off the bottom of the 8th. Pitch from Lang is outside for ball 4. And again, the Barbers have a base runner for the 3rd consecutive inning. 1 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 4 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th for Dallas for 15 runs. For the Barbers, 2 in the 1st, 4 in the 3rd, and 2 in the 7th for their 8 runs on 8 hits and an error. Dallas 15 runs on 8 hits. Pitch from Lang is swung on and lined directly below us into the center of the net. Looked like it was coming right back at us, but based on the angle, I could tell it was slightly lower.
Mm-hmm. Kind of fun to see that, know that you're protected and see that ball coming right at you, and they're like, oh, it hit the net.
0-1 the count, runner at first. Pitch from Lang is swung on and missed, strike 2.
I hate to say it, but I think these kids are getting tired.
Clayton Reich. As much as I love to broadcast, this game can't end soon enough after a 7 o'clock start, and now we'll probably be past 10:30 on a check swing foul from Reich, 0-2.
We're up to 344 total pitches so far this game.
Hope to get this to the point where we are doing this full time, but until that happens, when you gotta get up at 4:30 in the morning the next day, it makes things kind of tiring. As that's going to be foul.
Foul ball. Oh, he called it foul.
Not sure why Blair was.
He didn't hear
third. He apparently didn't hear the call. Pitch was lifted down the third base line about 2 or 3 feet foul.
And that can happen too. I mean, I've seen it happen as a field umpire. Kids just get in. The players just get in a zone. They don't hear anything. They don't see anything. They're just running. They're just running full out. So that's probably what just happened there.
Clayton Reich still with an 0-2 count. The pitch just swung on and missed. Strike 3. My tongue apparently is starting to fall asleep. First out of the bottom of the 8th will bring up Justin Herzog.
No, if you want me to take over, I can. I think I'm awake enough I can take over.
The first pitch from Bennett, or not Bennett, no longer the pitcher. It's Lang, and it gets past Reedhead, and safe at second is Blair.
Pass ball, if you're counting it. If somehow you are still scoring at home, it's a pass ball.
I think if they're scoring at home, they've fallen asleep with the pencil in their hand.
Probably.
And big home run swing that time from Herzog, misses, but
Herzog wanted to wake everybody up.
Well, home run that time would have given the Barbers their 10th run of the game, but still would be a 5-run deficit.
Yeah, but a home run would wake people up, though. The 20 people who are still here.
I've seen the Barbers score 7 or 8 runs an inning before, but those were all day games, and I think everybody's running out of energy at this point as 5 minutes after 10 o'clock on the West Coast. Herzog calls time to readjust his batter's glove, but will stay in the box. Pitch is taken outside to the left-handed hitter, 3-1. Hip, H-I-P-P.
And we want to thank Rob Hitt back at headquarters back in Texas for burning the midnight oil back there at the SHN Studios. Appreciate it.
And that pitch nearly, either way, he's going to be at first. Initially looked like it hit him, but it's either a hit by pitch or ball 4. And runners at first and third, 1 out for first baseman Pat Muscat, or either Muscat or Muscat.
I don't think it matters.
Calling him Muscat most of the season. Yeah, at
it's
this point,
Muscat.
I don't.
I've called it Muscat.
One out, runners at the corners. Ground ball ends the 8th.
And the Muscat did have the grand slam in West Lynn in Game 1, so he's got home run power.
Pitch is ruled a ball inside, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and fouled. Again, almost straight back towards us, but quite a bit lower, 1-1. Joe Duran still coaching his butt off in the box at third. Talking to his players about rhythm and trying to keep some of that energy. This is driven to the gap in right, and that's going to get through for a ground, almost a ground rule double. It will bounce up against the wall, and 1 or 2 run score. Now a second run will score as the cutoff man loses the handle on the ball, and it's now 15-10, I believe, with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th.
Wow, just wow.
Just when you think that everybody's just kind of phoned it in, Patrick Muscat with a 2 RBI double to left center. Nearly looked like it was going to hop over the wall. It bounced up against the one of the sponsor partners signs here at Ron Tonkin Field. 1 out, 15-10. Muscat at second. The pitch from Lang, taken high, ball 1 to the Barbers hitter, number 22, Jared Gordon. Kind of got my second wind after that. Still down 5 runs, but the way the Barbers hit, anything is possible. It'll be a crazy box score at the end of this one, though. As Lang's pitch again is high to Barbers hitter Jared Gordon, 2-0.
"91 plate appearances so far this game, and we're not even done."
That could reach over 100.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Pitch from Lang is swung on, and that's going to be down the right field line, fouled into the
section 3, I think, 2 or 3.
Right, looks like right on the edge of section 1 and 2, right before the Hops Beer Garden.
Yep.
New
well, remember, everything's about
beer garden sponsor this year. New
Ted.
Alcoholic adult beverage sponsor to Schuetz Brewery. The 2-1 from Lang is low for ball 1.
Ball 1? How about ball 3?
Ball 3. Three balls and 1 strike.
Time called.
Called.
Do we have an equipment issue? It looks like. Looks like Reedhead is
his glove.
It's his glove. It looks like. I'm trying to see here. Got the binoculars out. I see a bunch of the red
webbing start to come apart on the glove.
I think so. I don't know if it's a webbing or something. I'm trying to.
They're gonna give Reedhead, I think, maybe a catcher's glove from the Barbers dugout.
I think so.
Bickford is going to
loan him
his.
Well, No, Bickford's just giving him baseballs.
Bringing in baseballs.
No, it looks like something just came untied, it looks like, on Reedhead's glove.
So
that's what it was.
Bottom of the 8th inning, 2 runs in, 15-10. Barbers batting with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. And Nico Rossell comes to the plate, left-handed hitter. 15 runs, 8 hits for the Dallas Dirtbags, 10 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error for the post-6 Hillsboro Barbers.
I think we're going to hit some records here tonight.
At least league or
maybe
area records.
Yeah, probably.
Runner goes. Mushkat to the throw to third is high, and it did not far enough to advance him from third.
And it ends up both runners advancing on that. So again, we got runners now at second and third with only 1 out. And a 1-0 count.
Pitch is driven down the right field line, and that's going to be a base hit. Mushkat will score. Rounding third. The throw at the plate will not come in. 2 more runs scored just when you think it's over. Back come the Barbers.
Wow.
Dallas with 4 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th to take an 8-run lead. At 14-6, Dallas has been outscored 6-1 since that point, and it's now 15-12, 1 out, and 1 more hitter gets aboard, and we have the tying run at the plate, despite being down 9 runs just a moment ago.
Oh my word, Trevor! Oh my word!
Pitch is a ball low to Josh O'Neill, 1-0. And we talked about being here till midnight jokingly, and if this game goes extra innings, which it may have a chance to, Barbers were down 2-0 against Robinson Construction of Westview of Bethany, basically Westview High School, where they play their home games on the west side, directly north of us, actually.
Yeah.
And they were down 2-0 despite multiple opportunities to score. Couldn't get a run across the plate. We're hitting into double plays. And they scored 7 runs in the top of the 7th on 7 hits to win that game. Let's talk about lucky number 7. And this is going to be popped up into foul territory, though, and caught by Swanson for out number 2. We'll bring Tyler Bickford to the plate, the Barbers catcher. Wouldn't this be something, though, if they were able to come back and win it in the bottom of the 9th to end league play, or to end regular season play? We'll still Pabco tomorrow, but that's not a league game. Neither is this. But
to end their home
would be an incredible end of the season.
Yeah.
Pitch from Lang is outside for ball 1. Still, if Bickford reaches with 2 outs, that would bring Hewitt the tying run to the plate, but not a home run hitter, more of a
base
speedster.
Hit. Yeah, but he can hit too. He can find a hole. And with
15-12 home run swing that time from Bickford, but not quick enough. 1-1 the count.
Bickford actually leads the teams in triples. Amazingly enough, Bickford's got got speed. If he can find a hole, he here at Tonkin, he might get himself an in the park home run.
1-1 the count. Pitch is driven to left, and it's gonna be caught near the track, but making the catch, the left fielder
Bennett,
Hunter Bennett, who started at left, came in and pitched some up until this inning, and moved back to left. Barbers do pick up 4 more runs, though, and make things interesting as we head to the top of the 9th. Dallas will come to the plate for what will likely be their last 3 outs, unless we see some kind of more strange goings on in the bottom of the 9th, like we've had the last 2 innings. But we'll be back in 30 seconds, hopefully with the final inning after this from Hewitt Construction.
Hewitt Construction is a proud sponsor of Barbers Baseball. Hewitt Construction believes that teamwork, hard work, and communication are the most important tasks in making any project successful. Located in Hillsboro, Hewitt Construction has been in business for almost 15 years and has 30 years of knowledge and experience in both the residential and commercial arenas. We specialize in all aspects of excavation, underground utilities, grading for your site development, and much more. Give us a call today at 971-246-0501 and see how we can make your project a reality.
And we're back with Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire on
the PA.
SHNsports.com/Westside Media. Westside Mobile Media powered by Shooting Hip Network
Beckford.
Sports.
Oh, Beckford.
Charlie Stewart and Garcia having a little discussion at the mound. Kind of funny coming in when PA announcer Kane Kianis' dad tonight, Bill Kianis, almost sounded like Johnny Cash going straight from the song into announcing here tonight.
I think that's what the purpose.
Same type of voice, and Garcia to face Connor Lang, new pitcher for Dallas. Big swing and a miss to the lefty 0-1.
I think that was kind of the whole purpose there, Trevor, keep people going. I mean, it's a long night. I mean, we're almost 3.5 hours in this
Which
game.
Is low and outside, ball one ball and one strike.
This game is, This game may be the longest in Barbers history, unless we go into extras. I'm in trouble with girlfriend if this goes extras.
1-1 is outside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Let's put it that way.
Will probably be 11 o'clock or later by the time I
get home or get out of here.
Hopefully 11 o'clock unless this goes extras, and then everything goes out the window after to the count.
I won't be home until probably 1 a.m.
Which is lifted to shallow center, and it's going to be caught by
who is that?
I think who is short of set number 4.
That is Herzog.
1 out after the fly ball to shallow center behind second. 1 out, top of the 9th for Hunter Bennett.
Originally the left fielder.
Moved to pitcher and has moved back to left. 1-0 the count.
Ooh.
Jay called strike.
No.
He
he swung. Did he?
No, he said he was a strike.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought he swung and missed there.
1-1 the count.
Yeah, either way, it's 1-1.
Lang, the hitter with 1 out, and that's going to
find the hole.
Curve off the end of the bat, and that's going to get all the way to the wall with 1 out, most likely a triple, maybe even an inside the park home run. Throw comes in late, and standing up at third is that
Bennett.
So Hunter Bennett with a 1 out triple. Ramp Andrew Zellner to the plate. These two teams again scored 32 runs in Eugene a couple of weeks ago.
It's 11 hits. Oh my.
27 runs on 19 hits and 1 error combined for these two teams. Pitch from Garcia. Tried to turn on a fastball inside, and Bennett may have overswung, and he's kind of winced after that swing. Readjusts. Foul ball straight back. 0-1. Garcia had a pretty good start when he came in last inning, but gives up a 1 out triple here to Hunter Bennett. Pitch is going to get through the gap between third and short, and that will score Hunter Bennett from third, and now it's 16-12.
The runs just keep coming, don't they?
2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns and extra points and 2 failed extra points.
Batting number 7, Jay Nathan.
And a touchdown and a field goal for hits.
Yeah, bye.
16 runs, 10 hits for Dallas. 12 runs, 10 hits for the Barbers. And an error. 1 out, runner at first after the RBI single from, I believe, Zellner.
No, it's actually 16-12-1.
Pitch.
I think that's 16-13.
By Jeremy Mayben is line to left, and that's going to be the third straight base hit for Dallas, and that'll bring up Hagen, the right fielder. (16 to 12) Barbers. The pitch to Hagen pulls it foul onto the roof off the third base side. 0-1. Ground ball will end the inning. Or will end the top of the ninth. Barbers will still have a chance to tie in the bottom half, and pitch is taken for strike 2 off the arm of Alex Garcia. Pitch is outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes, and you got to think that Lane, that a catcher that also plays pitcher would have would be able to help both in have a lot of knowledge on both positions after playing both, and a special relationship between pitcher and catcher. Garcia misses well inside, but you don't see that a lot with catchers playing both catcher and pitcher.
No, you don't, Trevor. And the thing is, when you're on the mound, you're focused on throwing. You're not focused on what the catcher's doing. You've got to focus on where that pitch is and that location. The catcher is there to kind of give you a target.
2-2 from Garcia is a called third strike outside corner for out number 2. Garcia joined a couple weeks late and was the normal starter for most of the season, but has not played catcher tonight. Started in right field. 2 outs, 16 to 12. Dallas a 4-run lead. Pitches a hard grounder to third. Nice back hand and grab by Charlie Stewart at third, ground number 3. We head to the bottom of the ninth. 3 hours and 24 minutes. And it's getting close towards my longest broadcast of the season, which was a 14-inning high school playoff affair against Gladstone at home for Banks. We'll be back in 30 seconds, hopefully to say goodnight, regardless of what happens after this from Susie Jurgensen, Welcome Home Realty. Susie Jurgensen Welcome Home Realty offers services in residential home sales and specializes in rural property. Susie has experience working with first-time buyers to investors. For more information, visit susiejurgensen@gmail.com or email, or contact her Facebook page or visit her website, susiejurgensen.com, or call 503-679-9406. That's 503-679-9406. Susie Jurgensen, Welcome Home Realty. And we're back, bottom of the ninth inning. Dallas leading 16 to 12. 3.5 hour contest, about 10 different pitchers used between both teams, close to 350 pitches. We're almost ready to get out of here, barring some kind of great miracle by the Barbers here in the bottom of the ninth inning. A 9-1-2 coming up for the Barbers. Connor Lang will continue on the mound for Dallas as the Barbers come up here in the bottom of the ninth. We'll send it back down the field.
And then you remember we got multiple.
And we're back.
Well, we've always been back.
Bottom of, well, yeah,
Wait, that's a Rod walk-up stall. That's Kevin Blair. We got, Kevin Blair is number one. It should be
we're 4 minutes shy of a 3.5 hour broadcast, so Alex Garcia, new pitcher, leading off for the Barbers. Bottom of the ninth. 16-12, Dallas, 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, 4 in the fifth, 4 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh, 1 in the ninth. Get that all in one breath. That's a mouthful. Dallas for the Barbers, 2 in the first, 4 in the third, 2 in the eighth, or 2 in the seventh, 4 in the eighth, for 12 runs. Barbers 16 runs, or Dallas 16 runs on 11 hits. Barbers 12 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. 2-0 the count to Alex Garcia.
I can't keep up anymore. I'm doing the best I can to keep up.
The 2-0 from Lang is swung on, and that's driven to left center, making the catch Jeremy Maben for out number 1.
See, that's Maben. Yeah, that's Maben.
Number 1.
So 2 outs away from being able to finally say goodnight and hit the hay and get maybe 4 hours of sleep if I'm lucky. 10:27. Kevin Blair at the plate, 1 out. Only thing pretty much left to decide at this point is whether or not this game will get over before 10:30. Pitch is just outside for ball 1. Pitch from Lang is up and in for ball 2.
We'll definitely see what happens here, Trevor. But, you know, the Barbers, they're known to come back, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
To get the bases loaded, tying run would come to the plate.
Oh,
but
gosh.
Still a long ways from
I know, but
that.
1 runner at a time, you never know.
Which is taken a little bit high for ball 3.
You know, I always stress whenever I'm talking to someone, I always stress it's all about the fundamentals. And, you know, if you're able to, work the pitcher and get on base.
Clayton Reich takes a...
Wait, Clayton Reich?
Clayton Reich on deck. Kevin Blair takes pitch for a called strike 3-1.
There you go. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the wrong person.
3-1 from Lang. Check swing is a called strike 3-2. He flinched. I don't know if he meant to purposely swing, but never even came close to making a full 180-degree turn, or 180-degree turn with the bat. 360 would be something else if he did that with the bat.
Oh, a ball.
Completely spin himself all the way around trying to going for a swing. That's something you kind of maybe see in T-ball or Little League, but would be surprised to see that at any level really higher than junior high. Clayton Reich at the plate with a 1 out. Runner at first is Kevin Blair. Big swing and a miss from Clayton Reich. 0-1.
Yeah, he wanted a home run shot right there, Trevor.
The pitch from Lang swung on, and that's going to be a base hit.
No, come on.
So runners at first and second. Ground ball ends the game, but a base hit would either bring the tying run to the plate or pull the Barbers within 3. And Lane, if they had not given up that run, which could very well turn out to be the winning run that Dallas scored in the top of the 9th, this would be the tying run at the plate. It's 15-12 in the top of the 9th when Dallas scored.
Yeah. This has been an absolutely crazy game. I don't think I've ever called a game this high before, or even seen.
Well, you called the last time these two teams played, and then there were 32 runs scored in that game.
That's true, and we might end up hitting that point too. This game, I don't know, but we're up at 28 right now.
28 runs on 22 hits and 1 error. Herzog, the third baseman, lifts one to center, and that's out number 2. Caught by Maben, but tagging and trying to go for third will be safe.
Yep.
And almost ended the game. The throw was looked like ahead of the runner, but hit on its way to the bag and allowed, I think, Blair to reach third.
Yep, Blair's third, right at second now.
So runners at second and third. Mushkat at the plate with power.
Oh, yeah.
16-12 Dallas lead. We'll try to give you the crazy box score as soon as this goes final. Grounded foul into the end of the Barbers dugout. 0-1. One from Lang is in the dirt. Ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, should Mushkat reach Jared Gordon, would be the tying run.
And he's got some pop in his bat, too.
2 outs. Pitch from Lang is swung and foul, tipped straight back 1 and 2.
And, oh boy.
Scoreboard is a pitch behind. Did not catch the foul ball into the Barbers dugout on the first strike.
Yep. They'll figure it out.
At this point, I don't think they care.
I don't think so either.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch for Lang to end the game. Curveball nearly hit him. 2 and 2.
I think everyone tonight at this point, Trevor, is just, as soon as this game is over, it's going to be like a mass exodus.
2-2 from Lang, runners at second and third, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth, 16-12 Dallas lead. The pitch swung on and driven foul. That would have probably scored 2 into the area of the Barbers bullpen, the home bullpen for high school games. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth.
Oh my.
Runners at second and third. 16 runs, 11 hits for Dallas. 12 runs, 11 hits for the Barbers. 1 error. Officially over 3.5 hours. 10:33. 7 o'clock start. Foul tip, just got a piece of it off.
Patrick's fighting. He doesn't want this game to end right now. And I don't blame him.
The 2-2 from Lang. Mushkat is set. Pitch is low and inside.
Oh, I don't like that sound, Trevor.
A couple of Dallas fans wanted it. I heard a nice pitch, but wrong sport. This is baseball, not golf, which is where that one was. And that one's turned and ripped foul into the metal bleachers. Count remains full. And not a walk-off situation, but this is kind of every hitter's dream to be able to do something with a full count pitch, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs.
Maybe a contributing factor. I mean, that's huge too, especially in a game like this, Trevor. You know, if Mushkat can hit it out or way out.
Pitch is inside, and it either hit him. It's going to be either ball 4 or hit back.
It hit him. You see how he
He's
pointed?
shaking his right hand.
Yep, it hit him.
Now Jared Gordon, the tying run at the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. This is crazy. Our inaugural broadcast on SHN Sports, possibly a national audience, and
wow, it's fun here.
Dallas had a 15-6 lead through the middle stages of this game, and now the Barbers have a chance to tie on 1 swing of the bat.
Oh,
with
gosh.
2 outs in the bottom of the ninth.
Yep.
Pitch is low for ball 1.
And the thing is too is these pitchers. I mean, these pitchers are getting tired too. I mean, that's pitch number 52 for Lane. So right now it's kind of in the Barbers' favor.
It's got to be getting close to 400 pitches too.
Oh, absolutely. So it's kind of in the.
From Lang is lifted, foul out of play off the third base side, skied high into the area of the VIP picnic.
So yeah, if you think
behind the berm.
So if you think about it, Trevor, it's kind of in the batter's favor. Connor Lane's gonna end up, possibly leaving one over the plate, leaving a slider or a curveball, leaving it over the plate, and Gordon could just hit it out of here.
If the Barbers are able to come back and win this would have to be definitely one of my greatest comebacks to broadcast.
I think so. I don't think I've had a comebacker, but I've had a
pitch is low and inside, 2-1.
And being it's our inaugural broadcast on SHN Sports too. I mean, that just makes it even more special, Trevor. And again, thanks for watching around the country. We appreciate it.
Pitch is grounded to short. Pass. The shortstop. 2 runs are going to score. 2 outs. Runners at first and second. It's a 2-run ball game on a base hit to left by
Number 28, Nico Russell.
The Barbers hitter. 2 outs. Nico Russell at the plate.
Russell.
Tying runs are now not only at the plate, they're on board. And a base hit could tie the game after being down 15-6.
Nico doesn't have the home run power, but he definitely has some pop in his bat.
Takes a pitch high. Numbers all over the place. On the scoreboard.
Yeah.
16-14, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Nico Rosell at the plate, 2 runs in to the left.
If Nico can poke it down the right field line, we'll have it.
There's a lot of space down the right field line. If he's able to get one into the corner, this is going to do it.
Oh my! Unless they drop it.
Final score: Dallas holds on. 16-14. 16 runs, 11 hits for Dallas. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, 4 in the fifth, 4 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh, and 1 in the ninth for the Hillsborough Post 6 Barbers. 2 in the first, 4 in the third, 2 in the seventh, 4 in the eighth, and 2 in the ninth for 14 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. A great game to broadcast and be a part of. 3 hours and 39 minutes for this official 7 o'clock start. And Lane, nearly one of the most incredible comebacks I've had a chance to broadcast, but still great effort from the Barbers to try to come back and make this one close after getting blown out the first time these two teams played about a month ago.
Absolutely, Trevor. I mean, this is great. I mean, 30 runs altogether. I mean, the Barbers tried to come back, as you see. They were down in the middle stages. I mean, those 8 runs there in the 5th and 6th innings that the Dirtbags scored, they came back, in the last 3 innings and scored 8 of their own. I mean, this was an absolutely awesome game. Both teams had had some defensive issues, but they came back and was able to both teams were able to come back and be able to really fight for this win. It was great. The later stages of this game was pretty awesome.
Well, the Barbers not quite able to pick up the win tonight, lose their second straight, falling to Dallas tonight, 16-14, but a much better effort, probably against a better team. Dallas and Beaverton, though, two totally opposite type teams. Beaverton more of a pitching and defensive-oriented team. Dallas, obviously a offensive-minded team, scoring 21 runs last time these two teams played, but close to 400 pitches. Seemed like about 400 different pitchers, too. I almost said that, but 10 different pitchers used tonight, I'm sure. We're close to it. 30 runs, 23 hits, 1 error. The Barbers will play tomorrow night. Lane will have that broadcast at Lake Oswego High School as the Barbers take on Papco Roofers of Lake Oswego. I'll be back Monday and Tuesday. I think Monday is probably a solo and Tuesday is a doubleheader if it's a best 2 out of 3.
It is
with Monday and Tuesday.
It is 2 out of 3. We just do not know the days yet. We're waiting to hear. Most likely it's going to be Doc Stewart's of Roseburg. Most likely, but we don't know that for sure because if Doc Stewart's lose and if Medford loses both their games, then we will end up playing Grants Pass. But the chance of that is about 0.001%. So it's a good chance. I'm pretty sure we're going to be playing Roseburg.
So the winner of that game will take on the Eugene Challengers, who won Area 1 by defeating Area 3 by defeating
Area 4. Eugene's Area 4.
Okay. Area 4. I thought there were only there's 4 regions, but
1 is Eastern Central Oregon, 2 is us, 3 is Central, 4 Southern.
Okay. So Eugene Challengers, the winner of Area 4, who defeated their crosstown rival, the Willamette Valley Titans. The Barbers defeated the Titans earlier in the year, and did they play the Challengers at the Papa's Pizza tournament?
They did. Game 1, I broadcasted that. That was the night game of Game 1, and the Barbers ended up beating them. I believe it was... Actually, you know what? I can tell you right now that the Barbers beat the Eugene, the overhead door Challengers of Eugene. They beat I just had it. Give me a second. 10-3. It was 10-3.
So the Eugene Overhead Door Challengers, formerly known as the Weimart Eugene Challengers. Weimart, a longtime Northwest retail chain, mainly in Oregon, based in Eugene. Final score tonight: the Post 6 Hillsboro Barbers 16 and Dallas 16 and the Post 6 Barbers 14. Barbers and Challengers with a chance to play in the first round of the state playoffs at the final site in Klamath Falls next weekend, depending on what happens early next week. That will wrap things up for us. For my broadcast partner, Lane Jensen, I'm Trevor Beard. Thanks for listening, and be with us tomorrow night as Lane is back with more great Barbers action. I'll be back on Monday for the sub-regionals, most likely against Doc Stewart's of Roseburg. Thanks for watching, and good night.